Yo, right off the bat, they got the exact right vibe for the beginning of this game. What a start, dude. I'm so pumped. Listen, welcome. If you guys don't know what this is, this will likely end up being probably my favorite game of the year. This is the 4th entry in the Digital Eclipse Gold Masters Collection, which is a series of games that are 1 part documentary, 1 part playable collection of video games. It is absolutely magnificent video game content if you are a fan of video games at all. Any video games, whether it is new games, old games, if you're a Mortal Kombat fan or if you're not, this will be of interest for you because there is so much to enjoy from just like a video game retrospective standpoint. I promise you, this is going to be one to really, really like. And for me, it goes very, very hard because I'm very fucking passionate about Mortal Kombat itself. However, Digital Eclipse has been fucking killing it for a very long time. This is the 4th one. So the first one was The Making of Karateka. The second one was Llamasoft, the Jeff Minter story. The 3rd one was Tetris Forever, which was one of my favorite games. I think it was my 4th favorite game last year. And then today is Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. It is going to be fucking insane. Chat, welcome in everybody just arriving. Coal Mines, Bama, I got Cirrus, we got Control, we got Magna Deus, we got P-Swag, we got Cog. Let's fucking go. Play MK Trilogy first? Absolutely not. The way that this works is it's a guided experience. It happens via a timeline, assuming that it plays the same way that Mortal Kombat, that the other collections do. So this game is very much like a sequential. It's like going to a movie. You know what I mean? You can't just watch the climax right now. You gotta fucking work your way up there. And I promise it's gonna be worth the fucking wait. What else do I have to do for housekeeping here? I don't think anything. Let's fuck around. Let's see what happens when we dig in. Chat, does everything look and sound good to you? Are we all set audio wise? Oh! Holy shit. This like rotating shrine of all the characters. Let's keep going until I can't name one. Goro, Liu Kang, Raiden, Sonya Blade. Fuck. God damn it. God damn it. Daniel, my goat, welcome in as well. All right. Yeah, let's turn the game up a little bit. Let me see. How's that? Let me boost it over here. Hold, please hold. Please hold. Please hold. Please hold. Yeah. Okay. All right. Options. Audio 10, menu music on, vibration, move list. Yeah, that's the stuff. That's the stuff. I still see it still looks like the audio is coming through low. Why is this? This is the problem with playing fucking PC games for me, chat. It makes me insane. It makes me a fucking crazy person. Because I have things maxed out and then I can't figure out why. Which of the... it makes me fucking insane because I can't figure out which of the 25 fucking meters that control your volume in Windows 11 it is that I need to increase to actually make the audio go up. in YouTube or in OBS. Anger evoking. What if I put this down? All right, so that does control it. 20 stream streak. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. My goat control. You're telling me. Bro, this is fucking driving me wild because this looks like it's like completely fucking maxed out. I will sooner refund this on Steam and buy it on PlayStation, re-download it, and play it with good audio. Then deal with this for much longer. I promise you. Don't challenge me. Don't challenge me, computer. Let me check one more thing and see if I can make this work well. Volume, sound mixer, headphones, PC version. There's some online audio issues, but it shouldn't be just like low sound for like a digital input or anything like that. I don't believe. And we're not gonna be playing online either. I mean, the problem, this game is getting really weird. There's a lot of people that are misunderstanding what this fucking collection is. A lot of like really strange, like just like hardcore Mortal Kombat fans that think that this should be their absolutely perfect collection of Mortal Kombat games made by NetherRealm Studios, when that is not exactly what this is. This is more of a guided experience through like a documentary than it is a collection of games that is like perfect there. AJ the Retro, welcome in. Hi Richard. Hello sweet Richard. Yes, you're very nice. Everyone loves you. Everyone loves you, buddy. Playback. Nope. Volume mixer. Nope. What an insane fucking problem to have. What an insane issue. I really don't know. Just get it on PlayStation, I guess so. I was like, this would be a nice one to own on Steam. But it's clearly a fucking massive issue. Couldn't be happier with it. Yeah, I'm really excited to dig in. Dude, listen, I fucking refuse. I refuse. Chat. I refuse. We're going back to the fucking drawing board. This is how we do it. Listen, I refuse to give you a subpar fucking experience here on twitch.tv/JacobTwitching. I will shell out for the PlayStation version and then get the fucking refund on the Steam version, because it's not worth it to me to have it just like be like fucking low audio for some random ass reason. Not happening. Not on my fucking watch. I got nothing but time. I'm in there. Boogie on the fucking streak. What a absolute king. We got 15 stream streaks. We got 20 stream streaks. It's happening here. What input are you? Input 2, I believe. Input 2. Deactivate. Reactivate. Oh, you guys see my billing info? Yeah, probably. Oh, you know what fucking sucks? Is now I'm not gonna get the fucking $5 discount. There was like a pre-order discount too. Whatever. Listen, this is what I get for trying to play a fucking PC game. Mortal. Very good. Very good. There we go. Hold chat. You're not allowed to look at this part. This part's a fucking secret. Billing info. Thank you. We've emailed you your receipt. Download PS5 version. Easy, bro. Okay, let me let Richard out of this fucking $50 is one expensive documentary. It's a playable collection of games. It's okay. Now, chat, listen. I love my cat. I think Richard's a fine boy. I think he's a sweet man. However, in his later years, by the way, Richard turns 10 in 2 days. Don't forget. What are you guys gonna get him? Hopefully it's gift subs for me. The thing to know about Richard is that once he realized he could just meow to get things, he immediately activated it in such a way that a casual meow to indicate what he wants was no longer on the table. This motherfucker meows like there's a fucking alarm going off. Like it's like just constant until he gets whatever the fuck he wants. It's abysmal. It's a nightmare. I tell you. But what can you do? Cats are very smart socially. I assure you, Richard's not smart. He is a key-brained little nightmare boy, is what I would describe him as. I think is the right terminology. Yeah, key-brained nightmare boy. Let's go with that. I've only started doing quick patches on the same day when they start getting too many refunds. You might be right. You might be right. Oh yeah, I should. That's what I'll do with my extra time. Is I will fucking store. How do I do this? Account details, maybe? View purchase history. Legacy collection purchase. I would like a refund. I'd like to request a refund. Refund to my PayPal. 15 minutes of playtime. Issue. Experiencing issues. The game is too difficult. Is so funny. Shit. Frame rate is too low. Sound too low. Submit request. Easy, bro. You have a pending request for this product. Cool. We'll figure that out later. For now, we move towards console gaming the way that I always should have. Man, now I gotta play this fucking dog shit PS controller. You hate to see. Chat, does there exist a... Oh, I got 2 questions. I was thinking about controllers earlier. I need to ask you guys something. Anyone here played Metal Gear Solid 4? Has anyone here played Metal Gear Solid 4? I have a feeling I know the answer to this because I can imagine Kojima doing some shit like this, but I want to make sure I get this right. My other question is, there must be like an adapter where I can plug an Xbox controller into a fucking PlayStation 5, right? Does that exist? Also, Ike, I don't know if I welcomed you in. I see you with your fist bump. Low frame rate is only selected by the finest of incels. You're so right. You're so right. Low frame rate. I can't be playing Mortal Kombat at this low frame rate. Play that $20 8-bit do adapter. You're probably right. Greatest game ever. Does it have 6-axis in DualShock 3 requirements? Are there any segments that require you to like use the accelerometer and shit like that? Because right now I'm plugging a PS4 controller in and I don't think I have the ability to press that. I think I would need to actually buy a PS3 controller. Holy fuck! Hey, Pirate, thank you for subscribing. That scared the shit out of me because I don't hear it very often. Did you guys hear that? And was it loud for you? Or was it normal audio for you? That's what happens when somebody subs on YouTube when I'm live. I appreciate that. Yeah, 1 and 1. I don't remember the questions I asked. You have to be more specific. Not required. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. It was 4 seconds ago? Yeah, but there was 2 questions and who knows what answer. You know, play Sub-Zero Mythologies. I can't use rope on level 2. I fear Mortal Kombat Mythology is going to be pretty far into our playthrough because we're going through the documentary part of this, not just hopping into the collection. But hot damn, there has to be a billion walkthroughs for that game in the 20 years since it came out that you could find. I'm assuming. But also, don't hold your breath because Sub-Zero Mythologies is a fucking very difficult game for no reason, so maybe you're not supposed to have a rope. Maybe it makes me want to go to the rope store whenever I think about playing that game. Shit. Too good. So wait, was the alert very loud? Was it like exorbitantly loud? Do I need to fix that in some way? Did it bust your fucking ears open or what? 91%? We're locking in? It was an alert for sure. All right. Streamlabs. Makes you want to shoot ropes. Well, yeah, that's what happens when you're around this motherfucker. I'm logging in. YouTube. Alert box. YouTube subscribers. Sound volume. All right, I'm lowering it. Members, save changes. I'm lowering it. Save changes. Super chats. Save changes. Somebody send a super chat real quick. Let's make sure this sounds good. Chat, I just updated my alerts. Let's have somebody cheer bit, somebody gift a sub, somebody subscribe, somebody super chat on YouTube, and somebody donate on PayPal. Ready, go. I'm just kidding. Those should be fixed. All right. It's time. After a brief issue, we have rectified the situation. Now listen to that crisp audio. Turned up, baby. Just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. Oh yeah. You have been chosen to represent Earth in Mortal Kombat. Be warned, although your souls are protected, your lives are not. Real threats. Real threats from real people. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, man. Alright. The Crypt. Combat card. Make sure subtitles are on. Y'all got subtitles? No? Okay. Whoa. Where's my documentary piece? Holy fuck, this is insane. All right, so you have Arcade, Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, Ultimate 3, Mortal Kombat 4, Console, Mortal Kombat Genesis, Mortal Kombat Super Nintendo, Mortal Kombat 2 Genesis. Jesus, what is this? Fucking Mega Drive Genesis? Mega Drive? Mortal Kombat 2, Super Nintendo Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, Super Nintendo Mortal Kombat 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Sub-Zero, Special Forces. And then for handhelds, we have Game Boy Mortal Kombat, Game Gear Mortal Kombat, Game Boy Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat Advance for the Game Boy Advance. It's really weird to me that these two games are on this collection for Game Boy Advance. They seem very out of place considering they're so much further along than they should be sequentially. There we go. Yes, brother. The good stuff. This is what we're fucking looking for. Waffles, welcome in. Your sleep schedule is like my sleep schedule. I mean, you're international, so you're here, which I love. Square to play games. Oh, okay. So you can just pop over there whenever. All right, we're doing this. We're locking in. Let's check out Art 1. Is Mortal Kombat for Game Gear? Oh, fuck yeah. In fact, I own it, and I think I have it in this closet over here somewhere. It's unfucking believable. Is most of this shit gonna be on the left or the right? Stress of living is the only rest I need. So real. So real. All right, we're gonna chill over here. Prepare yourself. Mortal Kombat is more than a fighting game. It's a full-blown phenomenon that changed the course of gaming history. Now entering combat. Have you heard of this game, Mortal Kombat? From passion project to global sensation, Mortal Kombat has shocked, inspired, and thrilled players for more than 3 decades.
Hey, have you heard of this game, Mortal Kombat?
What is Mortal Kombat?
It's like Street Fighter.
Jeff Gerstmann?
Kill people.
Whoa!
Oh, it's peak already.
The first game truly was like an expression of who we were at the time, the stuff that we
Audio good for you,
growing up
chat?
as kids, and we just threw it all into the game.
You know, there was no template to how to make the games. There was no instructions, just winging it.
And I'd never done this before. I didn't know how to do
Oh,
it.
good
We were
to
just
me.
kind of making it up as we went along.
Hell yeah.
We were just a bunch of knuckleheads doing whatever we wanted, and we were happy.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat!
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. It is simultaneously exactly like and nothing like Street Fighter.
Kano.
Liu Kang.
Raiden. Johnny Cage.
Scorpion.
Sub-Zero.
Sonya.
Round 1. Fight.
You had to guess like the moves and how to figure out the codes.
Remember having a cheat sheet.
Hit block and mash the buttons. I don't know.
Block, 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 block. High kick.
Fatality. Kano ripped out a heart, held it up, blood dripping from it. It's the first time I've seen blood in a video game.
Blood flying out of these people's heads.
My parents were very worried about the violence.
I don't want you guys playing this. This sounds bad. Finish him.
The game narrator instructs the player to finish his opponent.
Oh my God, I didn't know that you could do that.
It was a mega hit, game after game after game.
It's amazing. I could have never imagined.
Dude, what a cultural fucking phenomenon.
It was, is, and always will be a fighting game for everyone.
It's funny to think that it all started from like 4 guys in Chicago that just wanted to make a cool martial arts game.
And those people.
That's so crazy. That resonates. Yo, I'm telling you, early 90s when I was a kid, that is exactly the life that I fucking lived, where I heard about this game that was like Street Fighter, but you could fucking kill people. And I went to the fucking arcade and they had Mortal Kombat there, and I punched my buddy in the face after putting my quarter in, and blood spurted out of his head, and I was like, this is the coolest fucking thing that has ever existed, that I have ever fucking seen. What the fuck? And then everybody else that saw that wasn't a kid was like, this needs to be stopped. This is insane that these kids are able to have such fucking violence in their video game. Absolutely wild. Great intro to what we're about to get into as well. Brother, welcome in. Who's your favorite Mortal Kombat character? I'm a simple man. I'm a Sub-Zero. Chat, everybody list their favorite Mortal Kombat character. Good call, Shabella. Welcome in. Mortal Kombat indeed. I think I'm Sub-Zero, sometimes Scorpion. I got soft spots for some other characters for sure, but goddamn. Real homies would write down the codes for fatalities for you. Yeah, oh god, so good. The baddies, fucking Kitana, fucking Melina, fucking Jade, Kung Lao, good fucking pick. The Golden Age. Founded in Chicago in 1943, Williams Manufacturing Company created pinball and other amusement machines. Its Williams Electronics division helped usher in the golden age of arcade video games. Yo, another fucking Jake? Oh, let's go, dude. And Kame is with him. I'm assuming that's how you ended up here. Yo, it all fucking comes together. What a series of events. Is this the other Jake that you were talking about when I rated you earlier, and then this Jake is on, the British or English Jake that's also a part of your community is now over here? Holy fuck. Yo, Miss Mungie up in this thing right at the same time? Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Everybody, welcome in. Your timing is absolutely impeccable. We're just starting what is easily going to be one of my favorite games of the year. If you guys don't know what I'm getting into, let me tell you, it's gonna be spectacular. Gamers, welcome in. Mrs. Bungie, motherfucking came, motherfucking Jake no Jitsu. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for the raids. I appreciate it. Let me explain what we're getting into here. So this is Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. It is one part playable collection of Mortal Kombat games. So we can just hop right here and boot up the original fucking Mortal Kombat for arcades. Jump in. Yo, the gifted sub. Lightner Boy, am I saying that right? Thank you so much for the gifted sub. I really appreciate it. Freehorn, welcome in as well. Jake, thank you for the follow. Very good to me. And Ike, I saw you pop in here as well. Holy shit. So at any point, we can just hop in and play like these original Mortal Kombat games, which is so fucking rad. Noah, welcome in. Your timing is impeccable. But the way that it kind of works is not only can you play Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, 4, arcade version, Super Nintendo version, Game Gear version, you can also, all right, how do I get the fuck out of this? Hold. We're gonna figure this out together. Maybe like L1, R1 is my thought. Middle button. Impossible to tell. Dude, now I don't know how to get out of the menu. All right, this is something I can rewind. Crazy. All right. I got a plan on how to get out of it. First, we're gonna read the fucking instructions when we get back in there. But the way that we're gonna do this is it's a guided experience through basically a playable documentary. So we're here at the very first part, and you kind of move yourself along this timeline, and they have like a retrospective of how everything played out and how this game was created. And we're just beginning.
Born in Dominican Republic, and they had they were both doctors. I'm one of 5 kids.
This motherfucker had doctors for parents and he ended up making Mortal Kombat.
And I was the first one born in Chicago, in Rogers Park, Chicago. And my brother and sister followed, Mike Boone, who I've been working with for 20-something years now.
So we spent a lot of time playing
excellent
computer games. We had the old
Twitch
consoles.
username. This shit is so buggy and fucked on PC. Noah, we started this on PC. I live refunded it and downloaded it on PlayStation. I double dipped.
And you know, you have the little plastic overlay you put over the keyboard, and you could type in basic programs.
Later Boy, thank you for the follow as well. I appreciate it, homies. And thank you guys for the fucking hype train, the treasure train.
What a computer
Call me Books. I forgot this game came out today. Oh yeah, we're locked the fucking
digitally by yourself.
MK is my shit. You and me both. You and me both. And your timing's impeccable, everybody. We're just starting. This is the first video in the documentary.
And that's probably where I really got hooked on the idea of being able to control things on a
I'm also gonna get high as fuck right now.
All of my friends already had jobs waiting for them, getting out of school.
Got a half sleeve of all the ninjas. I fear you're gonna need to fucking join the Discord and post that so we can see it. Yo, Lightner Boy comes in here off the raid, sight unseen. Motherfucking gifts a sub, subs up themselves.
Exactly what Williams Electronics was. They were
in this bitch. Listen, you're legally required to be here for at least 30 days now. I appreciate you.
Moon Patrol.
Very fucking kind.
100 games that I was aware of that they worked on. I knew the people.
Those were exciting days of meeting your idols. Oh, there's Eugene Jarvis. There's Sal Divina.
Oh, did you see the Cruisin' Exotica poster in the background? That's my shit right there.
That created the games that you grew up with.
I went there thinking that I was
already tell I like it here. You like
video game programmers
shitty jokes,
and they were like, "No, this is
medium entertainment."
Are you still interested? And I said, "Yeah, absolutely."
And a wide variety of video
games. There
games.
was a part of my brain behind me that
You're
was
in the right
like,
spot.
you know, eventually I'd like to get into video
games. It made me leave Ever Squatters, right? It's so real.
Sounds like a fun job, nonetheless.
Chat, how long has it been since you played pinball? Physically played pinball with your hands? When was the last time you played on a pinball machine? Tell me right now.
Turn on lamps and flash bulbs and do special effects and whatnot. Eugene Jarvis
For me,
was working down the hall from me on a game
at
called
least 3
F14
years.
Tomcat. He was working on a pinball machine, and Eugene asked me if I could do, special effects for
A week ago,
for that
every time I do
game. And
laundry,
some really
holy
cool
fuck.
light effects, and so everybody
Monday?
started asking me to do special effects for their games. I became the special effects guy.
Couple weeks
Ed
ago?
Boon, the day he arrived at Williams. He was a really nice guy.
You guys are fucking
Young and
gaming.
naive.
So what is this? This is a documentary,
smart
a
as hell.
playable documentary.
We had a great time working on
Yo,
Black Knight with Larry
Miss
DeMar.
Mungie rating and gifting a fucking sub. During the goddamn hype train. Let's go. I appreciate it, homie. Too good to me.
Eugene had gone full time.
But playable documentary where basically it's a retrospective on the history of Mortal Kombat, which is a crazy fucking story.
Hardware.
But you can also play the games
A hardware system in my office
that come
while I
out
was programming
as they talk about
pinballs,
them.
and then on the side,
So we'll
I
have
would be,
like
making
places where it
packets of
prompts
dollar
us. We're like,
signs
okay, now we're
exploding.
talking about Mortal
They were using
Kombat
a
2,
narc when you would
and
draw
we'll have to
money
hop in
whatnot.
and play
so I
Mortal
was just
Kombat
messing
2. We'll fuck
with
around
that,
in the game a little bit and then hop back into
was
here.
Really getting excited about the
Mini
notion
Farva,
of,
welcome in and thank you for
working
the
on
bits.
video games.
Cat,
And
good looking out
at
on
some point there was an
contributing to the old
understanding that
treasure
when I was
train.
done with Black Knight,
Wait for it with the
I would
bits.
join the video
Let's
game
fucking go.
department
Mini
to
Farva
work
with more
on
bits.
high-impact football with Eugene.
Y'all are too good to
in
me.
About 1990, I would guess.
Too good to me. All right, so by watching that, you kind of unlock more information. Pinball wizardry. One of Ed Boon's first pinball assignments was helping Eugene Jarvis with code for the F14 Tomcat game designed by Steve Ritchie. Yo, Barbs with the Raid 2, NPE, Gondor, fucking Jelly. Squad rolling through on a goddamn Thursday evening for what is easily going to be one of my favorite games of the year. Welcome in, Barbs. Thank you so much, homies. Your timing is impeccable. We're just beginning Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, which is a playable documentary of video games. Basically, we're learning the history of Mortal Kombat. We're still at Mortal Kombat 1, only a couple pages into this documentary. It's more video, but there's some reading and shit to do as well. And then we're going to be playing each of the games sequentially. Check out the list of games. I'm not going to boot into one right now, but you have the arcade versions of Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, Ultimate 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 WaveNet, which is like a different infrastructure, and Mortal Kombat 4. And on consoles, you have Mortal Kombat for the Genesis, Mortal Kombat for the Super Nintendo, Mortal Kombat 2 for the Genesis, Mortal Kombat 2 for the Super Drive, Mortal Kombat 2 for the Super Nintendo. It's fucking insane. Insane. Fucking 4 versions of Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Mythology, Sub-Zero. You got Game Gear and Game Boy versions of it, Game Boy Advance versions of the games. It is truly wild shit. These are the fucking pinball games that Ed Boon worked on. Right off jump. Alright, rivals join forces. To the surprise of many in the arcade industry, Bally Manufacturing decided to sell its games division in 1987. In July of the following year, its longtime rival Williams officially acquired both the Bally Pinball and Midway video game divisions for $8 million, creating a Williams Bally Midway. Crazy. Narc, dude. Which is not what my chat is full of right now, isn't that right, chat? Narc. After getting his MBA from Stanford, Defender designer Eugene Jarvis returned to Williams to head up its video game division. His first project, an anti-drug action game called Narc. Holy fuck, it is the Narc that we were thinking of. Bally is in Total Fitness. Correct. Very good. Levers Warren Davis's digitized video tech, isolating frames from low-quality VHS videotapes to create character sprites. No one had the guts until now. Holy fuck. We gotta try Narc sometime. I wanna play this. Narc brings to life the sensational digitized graphics that are a technological leap ahead. The impact will be... Alright, I'm not gonna read all that. Video games get real.
The ashes of the video crash were still smoking a little bit. The whole industry, both
in the playable
console and
documentary,
arcade
yes,
and
it's
everything, we've
completely
been
online
rehashing
too.
the same simple,
For sure.
character-based games. And
We're fresh off Resident Evil 5. M-rated games, birds of a feather, you know?
Dominating things. And they had just amazing artists, and we really didn't have that resource in the U.S. And so it was, how do we compete? You know, I was like thinking, well, why does everything have to be some kind of fantasy or, you know,
Joust Fox, I played this.
Little cute characters running around the screen.
This I've never played.
Why can't we get Dirty Harry for the arcade?
It's Narc.
You know, it's like, and by doing live action, we don't need all these animators. Technology was
Resident Evil 5 an underrated gem.
Digitization
Absolutely.
was starting to happen. So Narc was kind of born out of that.
Strongly agree. Bro, wait, Narc looks sick as fuck.
The next step, the idea of doing digitized imagery. Well, one thing is it would require more than 16 colors. The next step in our hardware design,
bro.
we knew back in
2
like
monther,
86,
welcome in.
maybe 87, was going to be 256 colors.
Pixel art is great, but Warren's tools made
Narc
it possible for
DeLorean
us
is
to
certainly
capture
something.
Video
I'm sure of
and
that.
then edit that video in a way where we could select the frames very easily.
Eugene wrote the operating system. I wrote the display system.
It was very early.
So this is all working towards how they ended up putting real people into their game this early, I'm assuming, right?
And, you know, there was no tools, there was no Photoshop, there was no Maya. So Warren was really instrumental in creating that pipeline.
Chat, no narking, I'm about to get stoned.
Real time off of a videotape, but we could videotape whatever we wanted and then still frame and grab individual frames. We've got the actual image, which is thousands
God,
of
I
colors
appreciate
that an Amiga
the
can
treasure
generate.
trade as well.
Then,
Very kind.
how do we turn
Wait
that
for
into
it. Winnie Farva.
256? So I
Miss
started
Mungie, fresh off the raid. Lightner
these
boy.
algorithms to quantize
Very
or
kind to
reduce
me.
colors from thousands to the best palette of 256 colors.
And there was always big
Called the real police on him already. Smart.
Getting washed out images, and the color was crappy, and
there's all sorts of
Cranky, welcome in, homie.
and blur because VHS is terrible quality.
We've got a job to do.
The development of the studio
House stream, really fucking good. Really good. We're just getting started on, oh my god, it's wild to see these two motherfuckers sitting next to each other in 2025, the year of our goddamn Lord.
And so I was literally
Ed Boon and John Tobias. These are the guys that come together to make Noob Saibot in Mortal Kombat, if you don't know. We'll get there. But Jake, thanks again for the raid, homie. It's really good. This game is
there were tools and things
spectacular.
that were happening behind the scenes that we benefited from.
Again,
Austria, holy shit.
Like
very
just
dope.
Kind of overall
International chat.
And focus. A guy named Todd Allen, who literally wrote
Sazzler reveal himself. It's entirely possible.
At everything that he's done, and Warren, he made it possible. Like if Warren didn't do what he did, I don't know if we would have been able to have.
I'd fall into war.
Yeah, and Warren was
fucking
always
real
around,
homie
so
right
whenever
there.
we wanted anything else, a request came up. We just went over his office and talked to him, and to be like, yeah, okay, give me a day. I'll have that for tomorrow.
That's good.
Tomorrow.
My family is of Austrian descent, and my real last name
alongside of him and just being like
breaks the same pronunciation rule that the EI does in the English language in your name.
He's one of my favorite people in the world.
Fun fact.
I don't go around
light dogs.
talking to people about what I did for Mortal Kombat. I don't talk about what I did in general. I have to say there's a lot of people in my life, they didn't know about Qbert until they've known me for like 5 or more years. And then they would be like, wait a minute, you made Qbert? So I'm like, well, it never came up in conversation. I just don't, I don't dwell on it. Although
being chill about creating Qbert is kind of a fucking dank ass move, dude.
But it's like they just existed. It's like
if I made Qbert, I'd wear a fucking Qbert shirt everywhere I went.
From somebody or from
He'd be like Qbert? I'm like, oh, I made Qbert, actually. It'd be like a fucking party trick. Spiller, thank you so much for the follow. Those follows go a long way around here. Warren Davis, designer of the popular arcade game Qbert, joined the video team at Williams in 1986. You guys going out tomorrow? I'm going out to another fucking stream. No, my mid-30s, my social life is barely existent. Certainly not going out on Hallows Eve. Scary out there. He began digitizing video stills with an Amiga computer, turning them into video game sprites. In 1988's Narc was one of many games to benefit from his work. The Builder. Dude, look at this fucking guy. This is my kind of guy. This guy's got cool stories and you just know it by looking at him. Programmer Todd Allen joined the Williams video team in '87, creating development tools for Williams artists and programmers. His custom software, including the ToddView debugger and Blimp background editor, became critical tools for every Williams and Midway dev team. In addition to serving as principal programmer for 1988's Narc, Todd worked on the very rare '91 arcade game Strike Force with John Vogel. Understood. Pit Fighter. Atari's first arcade fighting game, Pit Fighter, would also use digitized sprites as its primary characters. 2 years before Mortal Kombat was created, Midway's designers were aware of Atari's Brawler, but did not use it as a source. They found more inspiration in action movies. This definitely looks a lot like fucking Mortal Kombat. They have a character named fucking Kato? They were like, yeah, just fuck up his eye and change the T to an N. Halloween's like the only time there's a lot of people out in Austria. Interesting. Interesting. I didn't know that that was that big internationally in like European territories. I always think of like Halloween as like a American thing, but as a selfish American, I fucking always feel that way about most things. High Impact Football. Ed Boon's first video programming project was the 4-player football game High Impact, designed by Eugene Jarvis. High Impact Football promised the energy and strategy of a non-stop highlight film, thanks to its digitized player graphics. So I think this ends up leading to, because it's also at Midway, is fucking NFL Blitz. So I'm assuming this is the predecessor to that. Holy fuck. Are you Austrian or awesome? A little bit of fucking both, baby. Hi, Mom. You might not like it, but this is what peak video game sprite work looks like. Who do you like more, chat? Tag yourself. Are you a Manic Max type of person, or are you a Joe Sixpack type of person? 0 for Manic Max, 1 for Joe Sixpack. I'm going Joe Sixpack, I fear. We've got similar builds. Peak masculinity. John Tobias. All right, so Ed Boon is the dude that you see now still when you see like a press conference or something like that that has to do with Mortal Kombat or Injustice or anything that's NetherRealm Studios related. Ed Boon is still the fucking face of the studio, but back in the day, it was a 2-man show, and the other dude was John Tobias, who we're about to learn about.
I was born and raised in Chicago. I grew up on the city's.
I fantasized about this back in Chicago. Mercy me.
Away from the United Center.
Amazing welcome, man.
Rough neighborhood.
Origin is American Herd.
From my earliest days, I started, drawing. Probably started with a crayon or something, and found myself inspired by cartoons. Anything I saw on TV. I remember Popeye was a big thing that I watched a lot. Seeing Bruce Lee on the Batman television series was a big thing for me. I didn't know who he was.
Old spinach ass.
Was when I discovered, he's this thing called a martial artist. That was the birth of my Kung Fu consciousness. Whenever I watched a TV show that excited me or saw a movie that excited me, the first thing I did was draw a picture and try to retell those stories as comic books. For some reason, the most difficult thing for me was
a stormtrooper. I'd know a stormtrooper anywhere. That's C-3PO.
Paper was at a premium, so whenever I could get paper, I would, draw on the backs of things. I'd draw on magazines, whatever I had.
You guys ever think about getting more guns and being on the brink of a civil war?
In the city, graffiti art was a big thing. That was
you ever think about having a terrible president?
In the early 80s. A lot of the time, we would do stuff, on the sneak. And then I think we discovered after a while, if you just knock on a door and ask, a lot of times they'll let you paint a mural on the side of their business or whatever it was. And so we did a lot of murals in the mid-late 80s.
What the fuck did that say? Smag?
Comic book reader, both DC and Marvel, and found a lot of inspiration.
Damn, look at Robin's fucking thighs on swole.
So, of course, it was my dream.
How yoked out Superman
actually got a job doing it, and used that.
Dude got a hard body.
Most of the work I did was for a comic book called The Real Ghostbusters, based on the cartoon that was out at the time. I was still at the American Academy of Art, so I was still in college, and I was still illustrating the Ghostbusters comic book, when a friend of mine who I met at the American Academy of Art named John Vogel got a job at Williams Electronics doing
John Vogel keeps coming up.
Games.
he had gotten a job at Now Comics, and he wanted me to help him with real Ghostbusters. And I was like,
Here's our
sure.
guy.
So he got me an interview at Now Comics.
Dude, those
Then
fucking
once I got
figures
my
right
job
there next to his
at
left shoulder,
Williams
our
Valley
right.
Midway,
I absolutely owned when I was a kid.
Who can we get to work with him? And I'm like, I know a guy that's
Talking
doing
about
the
gun laws and
Ghostbusters
stuff. Yeah.
comic book, you know.
And John
Touchy
called me
subject.
up and said that they were looking for another artist. When I was hired at Williams, it was to do to work on
Smash TV,
and
dude.
so I
Holy
interviewed
fuck.
with Mark, I interviewed with Eugene Jarvis.
Amazing guy, amazing artist, working on Smash TV. He came up with this animation that the character, as he exploded, the eyeball came up right facing you in the face. And basically he had to, 3D rotate all this stuff. Like the man was a human 3D rendering system.
Damn.
The guy's a genius.
So
Heard of Smash TV,
was a
never
lot of
played
fun
it.
to
Me
work
either,
on,
Spiller.
hand-drawn pixel
But I
sprites,
know,
very small.
I remember, do you guys remember the Call of Duty World at War or Black Ops Zombies mode that's top down?
But
You know what I'm talking about? It's like Dead Ops Arcade or something like that. I remember when that came out, they were citing Smash TV as an inspiration for that mode, where it's like it's been popularized and used so many times since then, obviously, but any of those, like the rise of the twin stick shooters and shit like that, all are pretty derivative of Smash TV. From Street Art to... Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. What does that say? Smog? Maybe smog. Oh! Look at the fucking hard bodies, bro. Motherfucker's got a 10-pack. Have it for NES. Duck. An absolute fucking killer. Welcome in, homie. Good to see you. You're gonna love this shit. Smash TV. Damn, that's fucking cool. Total Carnage. Very similar looking. Holy shit, look at this busty shorty, dude. Candy Blitzer reporting live. Too funny. The dawn of fighting games. Alright, we're getting into the fucking sauce now. Arcade games changed forever in 1991 with the release of Capcom's Street Fighter II. While the most successful games to this point had been single player, the competitive action of fighting games had players pouring quarters into slots not to set high scores, but to brawl with each other. This genre quickly exploded. The factory floor. No shit, I didn't know that they ever went back to Black Ops, to Dead Ops Arcade.
You went back to the 40s. That's where Harry Williams and Lynn Durant had started United Manufacturing.
I was always obviously a big fan of Midway, and I always knew it was on California, and I would drive by and it's like, oh, that's this magic place. And
Dead Ops is the top-down zombie game that was included with like Black Ops.
It's very Chicago.
Back in the day.
Gritty. The paint is from like it's government green from 1947.
It was in the pinball factory.
So you walk into the front door and through the factory to get to our offices.
Performer, Nightwolf, Cyrax Sector. That guy's credits are cool as fuck.
What, 20 feet? You go from silence to like, cacophony.
It was like an assembly line.
There were just Terminator 2s, just hundreds of them in line being developed, and all the sounds going off, terminated, and like all the explosions going off. I was gobsmacked.
Miles and miles of wires and
a lot of fumes from the in-house plating facility, the stamping machines, the burning soldering irons.
Everything smacking into itself, just all these sounds. And
they actually had 50-ton metal presses stamping out pinball legs.
The factory still had dirt floor.
Throw things on the floor because there's somebody who's going to come by and sweep it up.
So you have this catacomb. At night when you're leaving and like the lights are down and it's like, wow, this would be a great setting for a horror movie or something.
And being a programmer, a lot of times we worked at night. That's when the rats would come out. They would grow to
Jesus
the size
fucking
of like
Christ.
a small cat. But I remember the vending machine.
This guy chilling in this like really retro arcade setup is such a dope background.
2 or 3 rows, you could put a candy bar or something, and even then, sometimes you would buy something and it would just be a wrapper.
There used to be a cafeteria upstairs at a private
Work on the
chef.
game right before they work on Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
Delicious.
The people that make this at Digital Eclipse, fantastic documentarians.
Suck it up and get out and go back to work.
Then you'd make it to your office.
That's the right word, documentarian.
Spartan, you know, they were rough.
The work on video games happened in what we call downstairs. Upstairs.
I don't think I made that word up. I think I know that
Everybody
word.
had an office, so it was almost like a dorm.
The first time I remember meeting Ed was when John Vogel and I had shared an office.
So I feel like I was involved with Smash TV and Total
Anytime
Carnage,
you see a
'cause I could see
CRT
it
monitor
being
with a
made,
fucking old school
but I didn't know
dev.
anything about him. I mean, he was a
You know they were
programmer in,
getting it.
The pinball department.
Maybe it
at that
is.
point.
Evie, welcome in.
Was coming down from the pinball department to
And
work in the
John
video game
Tobias.
department.
To work on high impact football with Eugene. Right next door to me, there was a double office, and it had John Tobias and John Vogel.
And there was a doorway between the
The
two
Johns,
offices that was
dude, and
kinda
I don't mean the
closed.
list of
He cranked his
men
music
paying
really
for
loud.
sex.
And I remember he poked his head in, and he said, "Hey, is that too loud? Is the music too loud?" And we said, "It's a little loud." So he went in and like lowered the music, and then he came back. He's like, "Is that too loud?" So anyway, that's the
Guy
first
from
time we
Max
met
Payne.
Ed.
He
And
does
after
kind of
that, I
look
think Ed
like
started hanging around with the group of us, and we all
Remedy.
kind of
Sam
became
Lake
fast friends.
is the man
I
you're thinking
was
of. Amazing.
Mainly software. Those guys were mainly art. So
Of Max
we
Payne,
had
Alan
different
Wake,
perspectives and
Control
whatnot.
fame.
Just as any group of guys in their 20s, a lot of conversations started up about movies and video games.
EP, how are you liking
wouldn't it be
Recreation?
Cool and things like that.
You could hear conversations of all the different games going on. There was only like 2 or 3 games going on. And then we would all kind of
In front of the CRT,
give each other
yeah.
ideas for stuff. It was a very collaborative environment.
The environment was beautiful. You know what I mean? Good enough to make a
90,
video game.
yeah,
and
dude. Mortal Kombat movie is insane. They're definitely going to talk about that in this.
All the magic that was
Heavily.
happening there. Somehow the walls kind of absorbed.
2 machines for verses. That's fucking sick. Road Rage is the best though. Yeah, for sure. And it's like unique, you know? I love multiple video like arcade cabinets, like the old Simpsons and Ninja Turtles, the Konami fucking side scroller arcade games, the Marvel or the X-Men one, where it was multiple TVs set next to each other so that multiple people could play. Just very good shit. Ed and John hatch a plan, dude. Nutty.
At
Oh
that
yeah.
point, John was finishing Total Carnage and I was finishing Super High Impact.
X-Men, yeah. I had a local bowling alley that my homies and I would go fucking bonkers on playing 4-player X-Men.
When we started to talk about what would become Mortal Kombat, I think the initial conversation was about, hey, wouldn't it be cool to do a one-on-one fighting game?
John and I were talking about a game called Street Fighter, who had really big characters. The thing that stood out for us about Street Fighter was
NBA
they had
Jam,
really
good
big
pull.
characters on the screen.
I think for me it was
Also
anything to
Midway.
get away from the little tiny character sprites that I had done in the last 2 games.
And we were saying, how cool would it be to have our
Racing games, yeah. Earlier there was a Cruising Exotica poster in the background of one of these interview machines. I love those cruising games.
Their vision was, let's take this photorealistic
Music from 1UP,
system
yeah,
we
there's
have
like
now and have a photorealistic
retro-inspired ones.
For me, it was the opportunity to take all this
Somewhat.
inspiration from
I
all
don't
the kung fu films
love
that I grew up watching
horror
and
games,
kind of throwing it into
so I
a
don't
game.
play many of
The
them, but I
conversation
know
went towards Jean-Claude Van Damme.
a lot
At
about
some
all
point was
video
just
games
Fixated on the
without
idea of doing
tooting my own horn
photorealistic
too much.
Van Damme fighting game. And we put a presentation
That's right,
together
dude.
and we gave it to Roger
This was
Sharp.
initially
We're thinking of Jean-Claude Van Damme.
brought together
see if
as a
he's
fucking
interested.
The reason we
Jean-Claude
made a
Van Damme
to
video
pitch
game.
to Jean-Claude Van Damme was because another team at Midway had done the same thing with Terminator arcade game as well as Revolution X to Aerosmith. And so we decided just to go that
Police
route
have to
because they
wreck
were
me, I
having
get it,
success
dude.
with doing that. We found the movie Bloodsport, and we basically grabbed a number of frames of him just kind of getting into a fighting stance pose, and we put the power bars and we kind of mocked up what a generic fighting game screen. And again, just to give him the idea of what the game would look like, how he would be the star, and how realistic the graphics would be.
And I reached out, and it wasn't a no. Whether or not things didn't happen quickly enough, I don't think that it was ever like a door closed. John and Ed thought Roger, just forget it.
Oh.
Because I think
We
just
played
kind of
Deception
left it.
like 3 weeks ago, fine, and it was so fucking good. We did the like the RPG mode, Conquest. Unbelievable. Welcome in, homie.
Presentation. Street Fighter was really big, and when we said we want to do a fighting game like this with our graphics,
Very deep storylines, yeah. Control is the one that I would probably check
that
out.
Obviously, is a really cool idea.
Because I know that's a little less horrifying than like Alan Wake might be.
Carnage, and I know Ed was still working on High Impact. But I think that was the beginning of the conversation.
Virtua Fighter? Pretty dank. It's like Sega's answer to this.
Could be this fighting game.
Quantum Breakers. It's one part TV show, one part playable video game. Searching for a star. Oh, dude, this is the shit where like it's so dumb, but this like archival shit where you can just see random stuff like that's a Mario hat sitting on a fucking skull. Random racing magazine. Look at all the race cars attached to this dude's wall. Joust and Stargate. Look at that. I see the Mortal Kombat stuff is already there. Terminator 2. Virtua Fighter was the first 3D fighter. That sounds right. Look at this. This guy's fucking dude. If this dude worked for my fucking company, I'd be like, clean your office, dog. This is bonkers. Imagine you're looking for that one piece of paper in this bitch. That'd be tough times. The fearsome foursome.
The team
Boing.
on Mortal Kombat 1 was...
I got a Pepsi King Nuggies. Let's fucking go. Welcome in. And Masked Ranger, thanks for being here over on YouTube.
And co-designer and lead artist. There was other sort of support staff, but that had to do more with like the cabinet and the wiring.
A team being composed of, I think, 4, 5, 6 people was not uncommon.
You were in one of two categories, programmer or artist, and that was basically it. Everything felt like, being in a rock band or something, just a very few number of guys. He's guitar, he's drum, he's, we all had our own jobs to do. And,
favorite games, favorite genre, 3D platformers, arcade racing games, favorite games of all time, Kingdom Hearts 2, Final Fantasy X,
it was myself,
Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth,
Mark Turmel, and I think there was
Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario 64,
and then Eugene Jarvis eventually came
Outer
out.
Wilds,
Partly was just the simplicity of the game.
Sonic Adventure, Burnout 3. Exclamation point GOAT, G-O-A-T. Exclamation point GOAT in chat.
Done with graph paper, say Defender, all the animations.
Small Green is in there for sure.
A week.
A lot of people think that, somebody up high says you're going to make a fighting game and you're going to call it Mortal Kombat and it's going to look like this, and then we go, okay, and do it. That's not how it worked at all.
It's a bit of the Wild West. There wasn't rules. There wasn't any... well, this is how you make a video
Venus
game.
Vacation,
Everybody
correct.
made it differently, and as long as cool new stuff was showing up on your screen every once in a while, management would, peek their head in. Oh, you got fatalities going. Good job, and then they'd leave, and you.
Yeah, that link up there will bring you to my list of like my top 180 something games of all time. Damn, Sony got the fucking sauce.
Committee meeting every time you wanted to add a feature, and
things were so loose back then. There wasn't really a workflow. It was like, hey, we need to get something done. Just do it.
It was just like, yeah, let's try this out, and see if it works.
And I think maybe a part of it was also that I wasn't conscious of might have been to keep costs down. I know what my salary was at the time. I don't
What
know what
studio
Ed's
do you
salary
think would
was,
be the
but
best
I have
like
to believe
Wolf
that
of
the
Wall
development
Street
in
like
terms of the cost of us
story
had
to
to
shoot for a
have been,
movie
I don't know,
where it was like the craziest video
I
game
remember
development
at
shit
the
going
end
on?
Of my first year working at Midway, I was doing my taxes. My dad was helping me do my
You think
taxes.
John
When I started
Tobias
at
was
Williams,
out
I was making $19,000
fucking
a year. He knew the hours I
blowing
was
coke
putting
off
in, and we did the
strippers'
math,
tits
I
and
was
whatnot.
making probably $2
Something was happening.
is
Rockstar,
what
you're
I was
probably
making
right.
Working at Williams, and I didn't care. I love the work so much.
I know it's not a popular topic, but like, you know, the overnighters and the, you know, going out for breakfast.
Yeah, the fucking crunch, dude. You're probably right, Painkiller. Welcome in, homie.
You know, you guys are burning yourselves out, and you gotta take it easy or something. So
because of the schedule,
the WaveNet, yes.
People there were, and we were all
yes,
playing
I've heard about
roles or
this.
multiple hats. That there was just too much work, and it wasn't like
Spiller.
we were being
I love
made
this.
to
You're a
do this.
fucking knower
It was an art.
of the
It was a
lore.
craft, and it was a
I'm excited to check that one out
so
though,
we were so
because that one's been like
passionate,
lost
and
to
we
time for a
spent,
very long time, from what I understand.
all of our waking hours and our sleeping hours in the studio.
some people look back and they go, oh, that was, you know, that was like that was abuse or something like that. It's like, no, we were guys in our 20s who were motivated to do something cool. You were working on Liu Kang's, you know,
The old fucking,
it was feeling good.
the old guard video game developer crunch defenders have arrived.
It was my obsession. It was like being paid to do a hobby. If a band is up all night learning a song, you know, they want to nail it, and it's the exact same thing. It's completely self-motivated.
I see it.
Back then, it was nothing but fun. It was just, you know, working there was just hilarious. Well, the secret sauce was basically we were just a bunch of knuckleheads doing whatever we wanted, and we were happy.
The first sketches. Now this is where we're gonna get in some really dope shit. Archetypes for characters. Liu Kang, the hero protagonist. Michael Grimm, the sidekick. Who's that gonna be? Johnny Cage? Curtis Stryker, the skeptic. Raiden, the mentor. Kano, the trickster. The ninja hunter. The ninja 2 hunted. Interesting. Gongoro, Threshold Guardian. Bang Lao, the shapeshifter antagonist, and Kitsune, the Herald. This is so fucking cool. 500 years ago, Shang Lao corrupts the Shaolin tournament after Gongoro becomes champion. Lao uses the souls of dead warriors to stay immortal and appease his gods. This is like so close to what they ended up doing. There's a lot of name changes where like Gongoro obviously becomes Goro. Shang Lao is Shang Tsung. Shang Lao's gods want to invade our realm. They use the tournament to unbalance the Furies. When Earth's realm is in chaos, Shang Lao's god can step through the dimensional gate. Holy fuck, this is cool as fuck. Finding Liu Kang. The character of Liu Kang started out as Yoshitsune. Yoshitsune. Must be that. I pronounced it right. Minamoto. A master martial artist named after a real-life samurai warrior. The character later evolved into a Shaolin monk. That's pretty fucking close to what Liu Kang ends up being. How did they find the sketches? Fucking in partnership with Midway and the team that used to work on this in NetherRealm Studios. This company that makes this is called Digital Eclipse, and they've made documentaries like this about different game series before. This is the 4th time they've done it. They did it for a game called Karateka. In the making. Yo, can I get some fucking W's, please? Absolutely iconic. Leitner, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Absolutely iconic behavior. Absolutely fucking iconic from somebody just getting in here for the first time. I'm glad you're enjoying your stay, and I really appreciate that. That always goes right back into the fucking stream. I promise you. For taking my rants. If it wasn't for people ranting, I'd have nothing to fucking talk about. So I appreciate that. Very kind. Before their time, some characters would not appear until later games. Kitsune would become a katana for Mortal Kombat 2. Oh, interesting! While elements of Stryker would inform both Sonya and Jax. Different form of Stryker would eventually appear in Mortal Kombat 3 for sure. We know who that is. He carries the fucking like baton thing. But the third game that they did was my favorite the second game that Digital Eclipse did was a game called Llamasoft, the Jeff Minter story, which is a game about a guy that's a kind of a legend in the video game world, not as popular as you might think, but very, very interesting shit. The third one is my favorite one so far. I'm sure this is going to replace it. It came out last year. It's called Tetris Forever, and it's the story of how Tetris came to be, a story that's obviously so interesting it got a Hollywood movie around the same time, but these stories end up being a very like truth is stranger than fiction type story, where they're real life events that transpire that are like pop culture phenomenons that play out in such a ridiculous way. Like, if you guys know anything pop culture wise about like the mid 90s and the Mortal Kombat controversy, this shit is so fucking cool and so fucking unique. The way that it all plays out is very cool. Shang Lao's princess daughter betrays Lao when she falls for Kang. Okay, so like, it's so weird where I think Kitana is... Whose daughter is Kitana? Is it... It's not Shang Tsung, it's Shao Kahn, right? And then she does end up falling for Liu Kang. Background non-playable. Palette swap for 2 ninjas. Yes, of course. The palette swaps end up being hugely fucking important. Ernest Striker. Yeah, I see the Johnny Cage there. Very interesting taste. Too fucking kind. I can literally enjoy every type of video game as long as I enjoy it. Same. Kitana, daughter of Sindel. Yeah, Sindel and Shao Kahn. You're right, EP. Good fucking call. Where's Reptile? I think he pops up in the end of 2 as a secret character. We'll get to him for sure. Also trying everything, genres and stuff. Later, if you look at my profile, the way that I kind of carry my shit is I call myself the biggest variety streamer on Twitch. Not in audience size or physical mass, but in the sheer amount of variety that I fucking stream. I play a little of a lot and a lot of a little. I love video games. We don't finish many games around here. We just be playing some shit. And let me tell you, it keeps things interesting. Designing the legends to make sure the characters stood out from each other on screen, the Midway team leaned into bold colors and simple shapes. This is where you make your fucking icons, dude. This is why when you show a picture of a fucking blue ninja to your mother, he knows that it's fucking Sub-Zero, bro.
My job on MK1.
Well, the collection that includes, yes, it's so good as a video game fan.
John would do characters,
so good,
and I would do the backgrounds. Things were very simple back then, you know, like.
One more time.
When I ask you about it, I'm prepared. I love my video games. Look at that dope Banana Republic fucking
cut the background away
crew
from the
neck
characters,
sweatshirt.
and that was his job, you know.
Literally after we shot the footage, I think maybe that night or the next day, I started stripping frames. Yeah. Right away.
God damn, man.
We did a lot of playing around with lighting. We were just sort of discovering. I think we probably taped more than we needed just to make sure that we got enough coverage.
I remember after the Sonya's leg grab, having to say something along the lines of, you know, trust us, it's going to be really cool. The image was clear in my head. Sometimes we forget that it's not inside everybody's head.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, now once from the very middle, all you have to do is just line
Fucking insane outfit, bro. Sonya Blade.
We were trying to get a film-like quality, but we wanted to just amp it up a little bit. And once we realized that pumping up colors really attracted people to our games,
yeah,
that was
those bold colors are so important. Because for me, like, the reason I love Sub-Zero and always loved Sub-Zero is because Sub-Zero is blue.
A lot of the
like, it's as simple as that.
That I did for Mortal Kombat was based on the limitations of the hardware. So I knew that we had
because he's hot. Also because he's hot. Fuck, you're right.
Work with. I knew that
takes off the mask. He's got the scar on his eye. God fucking damn.
Bold colors, simple shapes would distinguish one character from another would be important. And I knew that a color palette that would distinguish one.
Astrobot on number 6. There's probably some recency bias there. It's a liquid list. Things move around, but I love Astrobot so much because it's such a love letter to video games.
To save memory, you know, it was a very precious thing.
One of my favorite platformers. It's really strong. It's like Sony made a Nintendo game.
Scorpion and Sub-Zero, they were the same character with different colors.
Sly Cooper's better.
John wrote this amazing backstory
Jack and Daxter is better than
enemies, and that added to the mystique of the
Sly Cooper. And Jack and Daxter's not better than Astrobot. See the problem? Excellent question, Jacob. Lin Kuei. Holy shit, they even have the fucking...
In one of the pages of my notebook, I had scribbled, okay, here are the characters and here are their archetypes. I knew that, well, we need a hero, we need a villain.
Liu Kang being bald. Okay, go off, King.
Sidekick,
damn.
these things.
These original fucking sketches and bios just written down are so slick looking.
Books, and I was aware of the hero's journey and the character archetypes that he had sort of outlined. I thought, okay, well,
of course,
if we could tell implicit story through character archetypes,
Leviticus, welcome in.
Almost subconsciously relate to the characters in a particular way.
So good. This is so good so far.
I don't recall exactly why we did some characters and not others. I know that we were limited with the number of characters we could do. A few of them I remember not using. One of them was a character called Minamoto Yoshitsune. It was based on a Japanese mythological character. And another one was called Rakuro, who was based on, I think, Japanese mythological beasts. Those two characters didn't make it in. I think part of it was because the names became
Curtis Striker's the whitest name I've ever seen, for sure. He's the whitest man in any video game. He swaps up in Mortal Kombat 3 or Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
Display on the health meters. It was usually silly things like that would
Goro, bro. Oh, he looks lizard-like.
The characters' names came from John Tobias. A couple of the characters, he didn't have a name written down for them. He had Ninja 1 and Ninja 2. I was a little bit more of like a simple superhero mindset, so I started calling them Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Those simple names were kind of like my influence, but the authentic, cool names, Goro, Shang Tsung, Kano, Raiden, you know, that was John's deal.
So sick.
For Mortal Kombat 1, there wasn't a lot in the way of concept art that we did. Conceptualization was just limited to just scribblings in a notepad.
I don't remember.
You ask me, bro.
Many.
Don't worry about Amazing's questions too much. 50% of everything he says is trolling.
I just remember kind of like I said, just winging it and doing whatever. Like John would say, I'd like a dungeon or something, and that became Goro's Lair. You know?
Oh my God, Goro's Lair goes fucking crazy.
I had already learned how to do the parallax scrolling stuff from Terminator 2, so that worked out well with doing parallax stuff for Mortal Kombat as well. I know there was one specific background that he wanted, and that was with statues, the statue background. Just make something look cool. That was basically the rule.
Is Shao Kahn in the background of that level?
References and stuff.
I might be wrong on that. We'll find out when we play the game, which is going to be very shortly. We're moving very close to Mortal Kombat 1.
One of Shang Tsung's thrones is like the vase, you know. There's the dragon.
Oh no, that's Shang Tsung sitting in the back.
Fedesna's desk. I just said, hey, can I video that? And he's like, cool. So I grabbed it off his desk, took it to my office, and grabbed it. That's like in one of the backgrounds, and there's two of them.
Things gonna knock Shao. Yeah.
In Chinatown, that I videoed that and used that.
Shang Tsung bossed the first game. Shao Kahn bossed the second game.
You know, Shang Tsung is also
and a lot of the
games.
games.
That big roof thing, that's from Chicago. That's from Chinatown. So sometimes it meant opening a book and going, oh, that's a cool Chinese thing. You know, get the camera, take video of it, and use that. There are things from books in Mortal Kombat 1. You know, I just went out and grabbed stuff. What looks cool? Kind of a guerrilla artsy sort of way. It wasn't really planned all that much back then.
Fucking crazy. You know what I want to look at? I wonder, I feel like when I went back here and I was looking at these, can I scroll? Oh, fuck, man. We never looked at these. I didn't realize I could scroll here. We scrolled on this one, but there were only two. I didn't realize we could zoom here. Shang Lao. To the world, he is a little-known warlord, ruler of an island fortress and host to a legendary martial arts tournament. In reality, he is a demon of vast and destructive powers. He was cursed by his god and must drink the blood of true warriors. Holy fuck. Lightner with the fucking gifted sub to Amazing as well. Thank you so much. We'll need some W's in the chat for Lightner's incredible fucking support today. I appreciate that. Different color blood in the early Nintendos. Spiller, that's right. They had to fucking call it sweat. Like in the Super Nintendo Mortal Kombat 2, I think it's like gray. It's fucking awesome. Very cool. In books, I'm so glad so many of you guys are Mortal Kombat enjoyers. Very rad. The Lin Kuei Ninja. The actual identity of this warrior is unknown. However, based on the markings of his uniform, it is believed he belonged to the Lin Kuei, a legendary clan of Chinese ninja. It's amazing how much of this fucking like deep lore that's not explored until later in the series is established on fucking pads of paper before Mortal Kombat 1 comes out. The name of Raiden is actually that of a deity known as the Thunder God. It is rumored he received a personal invitation by Shang Lao himself and took the form of a human to compete in the tournament. So fucking cool. Michael Groom we saw. Cow. So this becomes Kano for sure. A mercenary, thug, extortionist, thief. Cal lives a life of crime and injustice. Injustice mentioned. He is a devoted member of the Yakuza. Damn. Rokuro. This guy's cool as fuck and never makes it into any game. He almost looks a little bit like a more jacked Liu Kang. Rokuro belongs to a race of demon warriors called the Rokuro Kubi, demons of the dark. Reputed to be savage barbarians, Rokuro will use this misrepresentation against his opponents. He will use the tournament to restore the pride and respect of his race. Fuck, man. This is that same document. Once a member of the super secret White Lotus Society, Liu Kang left the organization in order to represent the Shaolin temples in the tournament. Kang is strong in his not religious beliefs. Interesting. That's so funny. Crossed out and despises Shang Lao. He competes only for the chance to expose the true nature of the contest. Sick as fuck. The actual identity of this warrior is unknown. Yeah, Gongoro. 2,000-year-old half-human dragon, Gongoro is undefeated for the past 500 years. He won the title of Grand Champion by defeating Shin Sao, a Shaolin fighter monk. It was during this period that the tournament fell into Shang Lao's hands and was corrupted. Attract mode invitation. The Imperial Court of Shang Lao invites warriors of all styles to compete in the most glorious of martial arts tournaments. The contest will be held on the island fortress of Shang Lao, located at the center of the Celestial Sea. Grand prize? Immortality. Fucking based. Holy shit, they drew the fucking scroll, dude. Animate scroll opening. Text opens horizontal. Yeah, this is really cool. Goro looks so much more like lizard and dragon-like than he ends up looking. Look at his fucking tail. That's pretty on brand though. That's pretty much what he ends up looking like. Yeah, at this point you got him. Gone Goro. Goro lives. Once the design was final, Goro was created as two posable foam-covered models, a primary and a spare, and animated using stop-motion techniques. Goro's original model now sits under glass at NetherRealm Studios. Is so fucking rad. Oh god. What you see, what she sees, and it's fucking Goro with his green lips looking down at you. Look at his fucking hair. God, he sucks. Perfecting the feel. Going the street my own way, hell yeah. So many hamster activities, it's true.
You have a really great
it's like
winning
having sex with Dr. Manhattan.
Often, you know, they got that game running in like a month. A lot of modern games, it seems like they spend all their time in this graphical wilderness, trying to get everything looking so cool.
President of Raw Thrills?
Left to figure out what the game is.
We had a very fast iteration. I would get art from John, you know, we put it in, and an hour later we were playing it.
Tribal Chief Haven, very good Twitch username. Everything's fucking spelled correctly. You got caps, no fucking numbers, no underscores. Very clean. They sure got old, Grim. You're not kidding. Welcome in. In Tribal, thank you so much for the follow.
You knew you were on the right course.
Ed was like just eager to have people in and give him feedback on stuff.
No sound for me. No worries, no worries.
You'd have someone in your office to look at something and they go, hey, what about this? And then, you know, maybe that's a good idea.
Ideas could come and be turned into reality in the same day.
Yeah, in fact, I remember we would record a little bit of footage.
Okay, one more time.
Oh, I didn't realize it was. Yeah, got it.
That's good.
And it wasn't until Ed actually got the frames and could get them in the game, not until that point would we know that we were
Fuck,
making
man.
choices.
Such iconic costumes for
When we were making this game, Street Fighter
Sub-Zero and Scorpion.
I was a huge admirer of that game. At the same time, I felt like there was a little bit more ceiling room in terms of how outrageous you can get with the moves. We wanted characters using magic, disappearing, teleporting, doing all these kind of unpredictable things, and a lot of the moves
yeah,
were
for sure.
constructed from kind of
All me books, I appreciate it. Thank you for following off the raid. Very good to
from
me.
his, flipping animation. Scorpion's teleport was from his jump punch animation.
You know, Scorpion throwing a spear and pulling somebody in, that, you know.
It was something that I remember I thought of that was just an outrageous
I mean, come
move
on.
that wasn't seen in any other fighting game.
We used to try to do the wind up and throw, which usually like 5 frames maybe. Like if you went like
something like that.
It was one of those spur of the moment inspirational ideas that ended up becoming like very signature, very iconic to Mortal Kombat.
Oh, it's so cool that there's archival footage of like such iconic shit
and he was, as a programmer, would
coming
move them
to
around
fruition, like
to do things like he would define like how
the origins of
things
Scorpions
animated
get
across
over
the
here.
screen.
When we did the Liu Kang flying kick, you got to
Flying kick is good. Show me that bicycle
Once he makes
kick.
contact, and it'll make the impact feel like it's a lot more intense, more forceful.
The fucking hit
Iterating
stop,
again and
dude.
again how important it is that we get the
Sakurai's
timing of all
favorite
these
thing
things
in the
correct.
world.
Other than, you know,
from
how
Smash Brothers.
John would define what the actual frames of animation were, Ed defined how things moved around.
There's little nuances that are put into the
But
game
yeah, insane.
a lot of players
The
don't
turkey goals.
identify, but they just know that it
Yeah,
feels
you're
good,
right.
and
They're
not-
fucking
They're not
insane.
sure why.
I think that was a hard lesson to learn back in the day of, hey, I want this animation to be really smooth and I want it to be like 100 frames. And it's like, no, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. And
Yeah, we're only scratching the fucking surface of
It
this.
has to feel good.
It's a lot of documentary stuff that's front loaded, but at a certain point we're gonna be prompted to jump in and play Mortal Kombat 1, which is the coolest fucking part. I love these documentaries so much. They're,
you know, that's what people are going to respond
man,
to.
this is the good shit. Give Digital Eclipse all the money and the free reign on any
Over
IP.
here, you know, the
People should be
uppercut was such a big, ridiculous reaction.
clamoring to be the next fucking
Getting the animation of the character launching
franchise
into the
that they
air,
cover.
putting the blood on it,
You should be so lucky
being
to have
knocked
Digital
down and
Eclipse
Shake the screen.
and the sound
focus on
fall
your
that Dan
franchise.
Gordon did.
It's like, you know, we need like a really big sound for a hit. It's like, okay, so I made like a really big sound for a hit. The scream of the attacker. The victim, you know, yelling as he flies away. Put all that stuff together, it's like boom. It's like, oh my God.
I remember we were just walking around just doing uppercuts again and again and going, you know, God, that feels so good. That feels so good.
That's how
That's
people
so
knew
before
when
falling.
something was
We
cool
love
in
that,
any
though.
Game. People are gonna be like, holy smokes. And now you know you have something. And then so that and then the fatality.
That's the first time we've heard them mention fatality.
Like, fatalities were the big thing that made us a hit.
Yeah. That's gotta be a whole fucking thing, right? During Scorpion's performance capture, Ed Boon exclaimed, "You know what would be a cool ass move?" This is so sick. The quote, "You know what would be a cool ass move," is so funny. Then they shot his idea for Scorpion to throw a projectile at opponents using a rope to reel them in. Here, Ed and John Tobias offer direction and demonstration for the attack they intend to create.
You know what would be a cool ass move? One more time. All right, that's cool. Do ninjas ever have any sort of? That was cool, man. What was that? Be cool, something like an arrow or whatever. It's stuck
Bro.
to the other guy. And drag him
Just
across
watching
the-
video game fucking history. take place on a sound stage in the early 90s. On the fly, Ed Boon invented Scorpion's fucking Get Over Here.
Yeah, something like that.
I love that it all started with, you know, it would be a cool ass move.
Because you know what I'll do? I'll like trail the rope. Right. Can you make where you throw it the plane? Like I want the thing to hit the guy in the chest, you know? Because we have a bunch of frames from big now, and we can use that as a drag. So when you stop, your arm is parallel with your chest as opposed to way down here. Okay, so try to do it chest level. Okay. A little bit more of a wind up. You're gonna trail. And that would be alright, because I could do like a little thing in the rope, more like this, like tie in, like a little snake in.
Fucking fascinating, dude.
Oh, you know what? Wait, you know what we should do? After he does that, we should have him do. Or, well, I think he ought to do like a. Yeah, okay. So, do the throw.
Just improvising a fighting game move.
Yeah. When try to wind up with a little more like right now you're kind of just going. Yeah. Okay, one more time.
Bro. Fucking unbelievable. Dapper, welcome in. They used to have the show called Icons, an old network called G4. Attack of the Show, fucking X-Play, fucking Kevin Pereira, Adam Sessler, Morgan Webb. Oh, baby, I know. They did an episode of Shigeru in his early stuff with Nintendo's main guys. I would love to, I'm gonna write that down because I would love to watch that. Somebody mentioned I would love to see like Nintendo stuff. I might have been you, Cirrus, but old network G4, I just grew wrinkles, same. Nintendo is so secretive. Like we would never get anything this in depth from Nintendo, but goddamn, these motherfuckers, I hope one day open up the fucking archives and let us see a peek inside Miyamoto's creative process. I have heard through the grapevine over the years that Miyamoto is not the easiest person to work with, which I bet is very true. Do you kind of get that vibe? Like sometimes people will be like, Miyamoto didn't like that idea for Super Mario Galaxy. He told us we're not allowed to do that. You stick the maps and pixel art on graph paper. It's unfucking believable. Atari SA, which I'm assuming stands for sexual assault, acquired the Digital Eclipse. Just kidding. Acquired Digital Eclipse in October 2023 for $4 million cash. In newly issued ordinary shares for $2.5 million, alongside possible earnout of up to $13.5 million. Atari closed the deal by November 6, 2023. Incredible fucking purchase. They've only been under that fucking. So I believe that means that Atari purchased Digital Eclipse before Tetris Forever, but after Karateka and Llamasoft. So only for their third and fourth Gold Masters series. I'm so excited to see what they work on next. Unfucking believable. It's unbelievable. This was the coolest thing that I've seen so far in this documentary. That fucking Get Over Here. Oh my god, there's more of it. Let's fucking go. I'm losing a lot of old games. Yeah. Digital Eclipse also did the Atari 50, the collection. The palette swap here. It's not quite the documentary style that this is, where you don't have the timeline exactly to follow with like the behind the scenes archival stuff, but it is a really nice collection. Almost Gold Masters archive. You know this motherfucker. Motherfucker got the wide stance, like his balls are sweating. You guys know what I'm talking about. Long day in this fucking outfit, doing all sorts of athletic moves. He just wide stancing it. Portal Wombat. CP won't come in. Aura farming for sure.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Portal Wombat reminds me of in 2009, I believe it was 2000. No, it was 2011. I want to say Mortal Kombat 9 came out. That was just called Mortal Kombat. It was like the big reboot, and it came out the same day as Portal 2. And at that time, I was working for fucking GameStop, and I worked the midnight release. And a bunch of fucking absolute gigachads like myself picked up not only Portal 2, but also Mortal Kombat. And every time I said, fuck yeah, the Portal Kombat combination. Portal 2 and Mortal Kombat, same day. Banger day. Banger fucking day. Man, that's so cool. It's funny too that like they didn't even have this guy change, like they didn't record it in blue, they just fucking color corrected him to blue. Oh, this is gonna be sick as fuck. How did they figure out Raiden's torpedo? In silhouette, Ed demonstrates his vision for Raiden's flying torpedo attack, after which actor Carlos Pesina delivers the move in 2 quick takes. Later, grabbing the fist bump. You already got a bunch of fucking extra fist bumps for gifting out subs too. That's our daily check-in. You get another one every time you show up. You can do it once per stream. Bro, I couldn't hope to be as nimble as to do that. If I tried to do that right now on one leg and put the front half of my body horizontal and my other leg horizontal behind me, I would break my fucking neck. I would fucking hit the floor in such a way I would never be able to recover. I believe I would fucking paralyze myself. I'd be wheelchair bound for the rest of my fucking life. Too many buttons. Okay, so you got your high punch, mid punch, low punch. Of course. A classic. Fatal attractions. Okay, this is gonna be very, very dope. This is gonna be the dawn of the fucking fatality. Providing an unexpected moment of pure shock value, the grisly, cartoonish finishing moves helped define Mortal Kombat to players. Here's what helped define the fatality moves themselves. Look what I can do, dive. Fucking goals. Early mocap, it's insane.
Street Fighter had this feature which I loved and hated at the same time. You can get your opponent dizzy. I loved the fact when I was the aggressor and saw my opponent dizzy, you're almost like salivating at this free hit that you get. And then I hated the idea of being the victim. I put the dizzy feature at the end of the fight. You just get like one last hit, and everybody would do an uppercut as your kind of like payoff.
Oh, so good.
We had a feature that we had dropped in the game where Shang Tsung, when he would defeat you, he would take a sword out and he would like cut your head off. And we weren't going to use it because we were out of space. But we still had the animations of all the characters falling to their knees without a head. One day I just kind of piecemealed the idea of Johnny Cage uppercutting the opponent with this uppercut animation, and then using the animations of the character with his head.
And he puts on the fucking sunglasses. It's so good.
I showed it to John, I showed it to the rest of the team, and everybody lost their mind, and we have to do this. The fact that we gave the players the ability to actually perform this kind of death blow, this kind of killing move, was really the birth of that idea. Some people were kind of like saying, I don't think we can get away with, you know, letting the player kill the other player. So we showed it to management, and they loved it.
I was surprised that we could include the level of you know, blood spattering around that we did, but of course, you know, when I was working on Mortal Kombat, I had just come from Smash TV and Total Carnage, and so you know, the levels of blood
fucking floating head
around the screen wasn't new to me.
From that point on, it was okay. Now we got to think of fatalities for all the characters. Some of the later characters, we actually grabbed animations of them, you know, Kano ripping the heart out, Sonya doing the kiss of death, and all that. The spine rip was a suggestion from John Tobias referencing the movie Predator, and he said, why don't we do what they did in Predator where you pull the head out?
It's just like...
The spine rip goes crazy. I can't believe this guy is still the president of Raw Thrills. That's such a funny fucking turnaround. Let me pull up Raw Thrills games.
You know, there was no turning back. Everybody was just losing their mind.
And if anything, I felt like there was a bit of encouragement coming from other folks, you know, around the office, just because of the excitement that it drew from the players.
Everybody had to see this. No one had ever seen somebody removing someone's spinal cord.
They make arcade games still, like the Halo Fire Team games that you'll see inside Dave and Buster's and shit like that. They made Cruisin' Blast famously, the reboot of the Cruisin' series, Jurassic Park arcade, Pac-Man Chomp Mania, Big Buck HD, Terminator Salvation arcade game.
Captured a fatality for Liu Kang. But there were some animations that we had not used. One of them was this really cool cartwheel.
I'm pleased to tell you that I stream approximately 10 times a week. Most days I stream twice. Some days I stream once. Terminator games too. There's a Terminator 2 2D side-scrolling action game that got delayed out of 2025 into 2026. That looks so fucking good.
Spliced on the uppercut animation at the end of it.
But yeah, I stream a lot. Usually shorter than most people stream, a couple hours, but very often.
And we just kind of reasoned with ourselves to say, well, Liu Kang's the hero. He's a Shaolin monk. He's peaceful. Heroes don't kill people, so he just gave him a big uppercut. The process of adding fatalities into the game created so much energy in the whole studio in terms of their excitement for the game that we knew there was no backing out of it at that point.
Again, you're in a very small screen environment. You really have to exaggerate things. You have to make it just outrageous.
Scorpion wins. Found the Holy Grail. It's like hitting the lottery. You know, it was something that we knew was going
There's
to be a
animation after every game uses motion capture. That makes sense. Mortal Kombat 4 I'm really excited to play because that's the Mortal Kombat game in this collection, besides Special Forces, that I haven't played as much.
Of a good game for me.
And like I said, it was just
dude's rocking the Digital Eclipse hat.
That may be the secret sauce.
Again, when you see people playing the game and they're losing their minds and they're reacting to it, there's your fuel. There's your fuel for the next, for the next year to do it. So.
Fuck, dude, this shit is awesome. Who put the K in combat? Excellent fucking question.
I did. I put the K in combat. I didn't come up with a name, but the K. This is my story. This is my memory, anyway.
I came up with Mortal and the K instead of a C.
Yeah, well, you know what's going to happen. We're going to come up with all the names. We're all going to like them, and Ed's going to hate every one of them. Why? DEFCON is overused. Where? Everywhere. I've heard that so many times.
Yeah, every time you watch War Game.
Ed's probably right behind me, isn't he? Like, oh, no, you didn't.
I think there's different stories going on. This is my recollection. It's been 30 years. We had a bunch of words written on a grease board.
We didn't have a name, so there was a bunch of possibilities, and one of them was Mortal Kombat.
Combat was written, I don't know if it had a K at the time,
Where's the
but
gold
Steve
base
Ritchie,
books?
he said the words, what about Mortal Kombat?
They had combat on their whiteboard, but they were all a lot younger than me, and I'm not sure they ever heard of the phrase.
Look at the fucking head of hair on this man.
In Mortal Kombat, meaning somebody's gonna die. It is what this game is about. It's Mortal Kombat.
And when he said that, from my perspective, it was like, whoa, there's
And look at the fucking hairline on Boone, dude. He got his geometry right.
Yeah, so
God damn,
what
King.
I remember was that. And then I think we went to legal with that name, Mortal Kombat with a C, and they came back and said no, because they couldn't trademark it, because it was, I guess, a common term. I remember it was John Vogel,
right,
who wrote the K.
Yeah, yeah.
And in fact, he might have done that before that conversation with the legal department.
As a joke, I was in the room with Ed, and as a joke,
Good point,
I
Jake Butt.
changed the C to a K, and we were like laughing about, ha ha ha, that'd be funny, oh, that's so stupid. And then, so I said, all right. And I was putting it back to a C, and he goes, no, leave it.
Mortal Kombat, that's something
so
to
that's my memory as how it
I'm gonna get some sleep now. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Later, boy. Thank you for coming in
Just look cooler
and
with
being
the K.
dope as fuck. Thank you for your generosity. Good to have you
I
around.
think we went back
A
to
pleasure.
legal and said,
Have a
"What
good rest of
about
your night, homie."
If it has a K, and then they went away, and then they came back and said, yes.
If you end up wanting to catch what you miss, I have very fast turnarounds on YouTube VODs, and I leave the Twitch VODs up too. So if you want to catch up on the documentary, you'll be able to.
Enamored with the K. I thought it was goofy. And then when the realization hit that, well, if we change it with a K, we can use Mortal Kombat. It's like, oh, damn it. We're going to give it. I was like, Vogel was right.
Yeah. Vogel was
So
right.
whether you hate me or love me for it, now.
Look at this
C's are
fucking
now K's.
pumpkin shirt of the time. October 30th. Very good. Atari doing old and new games. Yeah, Atari is killing it in this like later section of their fucking life. The dev team gave themselves grisly cameos as victims of the pit. Here are the source images and in-game sprites for John Vogel and John Tobias. Ed Boon's entire corpse stuck to the pillar. There he is, top right, dude. I didn't realize that was Ed Boon. Oh my god. Wow, Thigh Master really does make a difference. I've lost pounds of ugly fat and have a totally hot hot babe girlfriend. It's the most 90s shit I've ever seen in my life. Holy fuck.
This is the sound area. This is where they make all the sounds for the games.
I am an audio director here at NetherRealm. The sound guy, like, gotta get the voices in.
Dan shows you cool stuff every couple of days. He just comes in and you go, great, this is awesome. And he's a lot like Ed, where I just have this
Look at that fucking standee, dude.
Go away and come back
I would kill for that to be in this room.
That's the Johnny Cage Nut Crunch, I believe.
The Johnny Cage Nut Crunch sound.
Like a candy bar, Johnny Cage Nut Crunch bar.
Again, we didn't know what we were doing, so it's just okay, it's a fighting game, a lot of yelling, a lot of pain.
This is sick, it is.
I don't think we had enough memory to record, okay, this is Scorpion's voice, this is Sub-Zero, so we just, like the men, we just mixed and matched. I think Sonya was the only female in the first one, so we had obviously a female voice for that, and that was hers. But the rest of them I think would just be shared. We just get the talent, which was just people around the studio. It's not like we were hiring people to come in and do this.
We recorded me as the announcer, as Shang Tsung. Liu Kang wins. Finish him.
No way.
Liu Kang wins. Fatality.
Fatality. All of those kind of classic sound calls was me, because we didn't have somebody with a better voice. Later on, we found Steve Ritchie, who had a much better voice in terms of like an announcer.
Baraka wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
I did a terrible Bruce Lee impersonation for Liu Kang. I think I did a yell for Kano.
Kano wins.
But I was also the voice of Scorpion, yelling, "Get over here."
That's fucking insane.
I had worked with Dan Forden for many years at the time. I remember there was another sound guy who thought that was the stupidest thing in the world, and it kind of was. Why would a ninja, yell "Get over here"? That's such like an American kind of thing.
Wins.
The idea was, again, the outrageous presentation.
The fucking little clap sound effect, dude. I got that too.
Yelling and loudness in general into the game.
He was like my doctor.
From something that begins with such silly roots and beginnings, you can't imagine Scorpion not having the "Get over here."
Ed would get me, this is back in the days of VHS, right? He would get me a playthrough of the background that I'd be working on, these are the instruments that I have, and look at the background, trying to think of like, well, what makes sense musically for this.
You try to imagine the action of playing the game and what the music's gonna do to like get you revved up.
Ever since, I don't know, the 70s, early 70s even, but always liked progressive rock a lot. So a friend of mine turned me on to King Crimson in high school, and that's been like a love of mine ever since. And so there's no doubt that there's a lot of King Crimson influence in the Mortal Kombat music that I wrote over the years. You know, like the very first tune, it's a melody in a diminished scale, harmonized at the fifth, so that sounds like a lot of King Crimson stuff. I think they pretty much liked everything I did. I don't remember doing over too many things. Now and then there would be like, you know, maybe you should try this instead of that, and some sort of corrective feedback, but for the most part, it's just we were just kind of making it up as we went along.
Fucking sick. The first public test. Hey, get over here. No, you. Come here. I'll give you the old fucking come hither, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Hey, thank you so much for the 4 months, homie. The W's already flowing for you as they
I would play the game every day. Ed would call me in to try something out, but other people would walk by Ed's office and see what he was working on and come in and play the game, and it was very valuable feedback, because that feedback was coming from guys like Eugene and Mark Trammell and George Petro,
of course,
and a lot of the other
dude. I was happy to see you on.
Eventually, we would put a game out in the hallway for anybody to play, and so we'd get pinball designers would come down and play the game. There were folks who worked in the factory would come back and they would play the game, and so we'd watch folks kind of play the game, and we'd take notes on sort of
fucking impromptu play tests before the game even launches is so cool.
And then eventually that would lead.
It's crazy how much shit we've had behind the scenes, and we haven't even gotten to
testing the game in the arcade was
the release of Mortal Kombat.
Of determining what's working and what doesn't work.
Being on test is like one of the best parts, one of the most exciting parts of doing an arcade game.
Our first location test was a weekend test that we did, and that was done at an arcade called Times Square. It was a Friday night, so it was packed. The arcade was packed. And there was a crowd around the Street Fighter game. Street Fighter 2 was out at the time. And I just thought, there's no way these guys are coming over to play our game.
And the old off-screen footage of a CRT monitor with the fucking refresh rate.
Game it was. You'd roll a blank black cabinet,
scrolling up the screen,
arcade and just turn it on.
When we brought the first Mortal Kombat game out on test, there were 6 characters. We didn't have Sonya yet. A whole bunch of things just weren't working, and it was all about just kind of the fundamentals, the feel of it, the reaction to the visual, the reaction to blood.
And hand out candy tomorrow? Probably not.
That rush, that reverie, or the destruction and devastation if something doesn't work out.
I'm gonna stream a video game.
It's like, oh, we gotta fix that.
I didn't want to play Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights.
I remember watching the first player. He was one of the guys
for the PS2
walking over
because I'm goated,
looking at the attract mode, and then dropping a token in and playing.
Because I am your streamer.
And then I remember he walked over, tapped,
and I'd be making that content.
Called him over, and then the other guy came over, and then they played the game. And then slowly people migrated over.
Whenever you would see a secret move come out, I remember the first time they saw Raiden do the dive move, you'd hear an audible, cheering or
What was that? The first one on PS2. It's just a 3D platformer. I think it was post PS2. Post 64. I don't think it's the same one.
Hearing reactions from players.
And at some point, Ed, I think, went in and he did a fatality. Kind of a thing, and then he walked away. Now it's a big frenzy to figure out how do you do that? How do you do that? And that's how people found out about the fatalities. Assuming my memory is correct, but I believe that's how it happened.
We would never perform fatalities in front of people because then someone's going to see you do it, right? Like we wanted to launch the game and have people discover it naturally and organically. Testing the first Mortal Kombat, there was a certain amount of
The documentary materials in this collection is ridiculous how much there is. Agree, it's so good. Extra special welcome in. Good to see you, homie. I'm loving this so far.
That we just kind of blend in. You know, what is this new game? And then you would get a candid response. Once you tell them that you worked on the game, then you know, they're not going to say anything negative about it.
Across the street from Times Square was a pizza place. And so we would go across the street, get some pizza, and we would discuss, you know, everything that we saw, what was cool, what was not cool. Or, you know, what should we change? You know, hey, that was cool.
And Seven, welcome in. You heard right.
Seeing that first
We're
game
playing
on
peak,
test
I fear.
was so reaffirming that we had something big. I saw players get so excited.
50% on the rodeo jamboree. We love it.
To run around like in circles.
Also, N7, your Tepig with your matching name. Come on. Prime time. Style and grace on display. Take notes.
Hooting and hollering and just having the, you know, a great time.
Players that we saw first see the game on a Friday, we saw them the entire
Knows how to show up.
And I think at that point I thought, okay, we're gonna be okay.
Yeah, dude, having a test like that and just feeling like I think we figured it out. Lieutenant Blade reporting for duty. An April location test with a work-in-progress build of the game featured just 6 characters. After seeing players react, the team realized they wanted to add another to the roster. The team then added Sonya, reworking Stryker's background as a Special Forces soldier. Sonya is a member of the top U.S. Special Forces unit.
Let's try that one
Cat,
you're talking about.
be fucking cool.
You just do the handstand.
Outfit goes crazy for the 90s.
Can you do that, or is that?
That's great. Is that enough for you?
Yeah, let's try it one more time and just step up a little bit, just in case I need anything before, just in case.
Start a little bit further up.
Can you start on the mat?
In cafes in the 90s, very normal for sure. Wild times were living.
Act like you're just getting into it. You even have to. This is so we can do the beginning part.
She should do it from the stance.
Right, from your stance.
Get like in your stance and just act like you're getting into it. Actually, she should step up.
Move to the middle, like where you're going.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good move. You'll be impressed when you see what we turn that into.
So dope. So fucking dope. Boone and Tobias. Ed Boone and John Tobias' skills complemented each other extremely well. Both men, as well as team members, explain why they made such an effective pair.
This was our first game that we were doing kind of as the leaders of the game. You know, Mark Trammell was the kind of leader of the Smash TV team, and Eugene was kind of the leader of the High Impact team, along with John Newcomer. And so this was kind of like our first solo project.
I think they have complementary skill sets.
We're symbiotic in a way. Certainly in the first few games, it was just
That
we just
fucking
knew
Kano outfit goes
what the other
crazy
person
too.
was looking for. And,
Such good
I don't know
costume
that
design.
we ever, I mean, if we had an argument, it certainly wasn't about the work that we were doing. We just seemed to know what the other person was looking for.
They worked well because they trusted each other's talents enough to say, okay, yeah, you know what you're talking about. Ed took care of all the programming. John took care of all the art.
They just had this unsaid, hey, you know, it'd be fun. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's do it.
Working with Ed, one of his great strengths were just his focus, I think, and his ability to just grind and get things done. Ed, who was the sole programmer to create that game, in hindsight, was incredible.
For one programmer to do all those games is pretty amazing. And
his door is always open. He wants to hear new ideas. He's dangerously funny, where it just busts me up at least once a day.
He would just crack us up all the time, just his jokes, and he made it easy to work the long hours.
John is a really good storyteller. John has a history in as a comic book artist. So I think that probably contributed to his ability to tell a compact story. The only story we had was a little paragraph that would play underneath the
That's right.
character doing a
The
comic.
bios.
But that was enough to really intrigue players.
You really gave a shit about it because of the backstory, because about the whole mythology that John Tobias had created. You know, maybe not unlike WWF or something, almost like Star Wars in martial arts.
The first game truly was like an
Goro
expression of
lives.
just
Fucking terrifying,
we were at the
bro.
time, we were in our early 20s. The stuff that we consumed growing up as kids, and we just threw it all into the game. There was nobody telling us what to do, how to do it.
I think it was a great partnership, and I think, what can you say? Success beyond belief.
We get into fucking launch territory. This is gonna go crazy. The cutting room floor. During development, animations or character moves might be removed for design, flow, or memory reasons. For instance, trimming the wind-up moves for several attacks sped up gameplay. These reanimated frames of cut content offer a look at what might have been. Whoa! This is cool, like a fucking remastered version of animation that couldn't make it into the game. That's sick. We've never seen that for sure. This was an attempt at doing a front flip kick, recalls John Tobias. I vaguely remember not being satisfied with the animation. I didn't realize that there was a different thing here. We videotaped each actor doing an intro move for the characters, but I believe we only prepped Cage's sprites. We cut the concept to save memory. Yeah, everyone's emoting. Sorcerer Shang Tsung pulls out a sword and decapitates his opponent. We plan to use this when losing to Shang Tsung. Ed instead used the victim reactions in the beheading as part of Johnny Cage's fatality. That's right, the uppercut. The name is Grim. Johnny Cage's character was called Michael Grimm in early development, so a health bar with that name was created during testing. That's so funny. Henry, welcome in. Do most people call you Henry? Am I right to just, it's the only fucking like proper noun other than Grinder, I guess, in your name. I could call you Grinder if you prefer. Baldy till I'm mortal. So fucking real. Good to see you, homie. Most call me Henry Hurt. Very good. Very good, very good. We are just starting out the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. We haven't even made it to the release of Mortal Kombat 1. It's all fucking behind the scenes stuff so far. And it's unfucking believable. While Goro does not have a fatality move in the final game, one was animated, showing the Shokan Prince crushing the skull of his opponents with one mighty hand. It's very good. Upon his defeat, Goro was intended to turn to stone and explode. Although the sprite was created, team members do not recall it being implemented into the game. That's so funny. Several of the Mortal Kombat characters' signature hidden moves originally featured several more frames of animation that eventually made it into the final game. Then eventually made it into the final game. Often these extra frames were used for big flashy windups that preceded a projectile toss. These were cut both to save on memory and speed up the moves in game. I change my name every 60 days, but it usually has Henry. I love that. Keeps it interesting. Animated observers. Memory limitations prevented the tournament's guards from turning their heads and shifting their pikes between hands. Similarly, the monks who applaud politely at the end of a match almost raised their arms to cheer. That's sick. The unseen font. Sick. A Mortal Kombat signature red font was only seen in game for a few words like finish him. John Vogel actually drew every character in the font here for the first time as the entire character set. Wake up, babe. New fucking Canva font that's being uploaded to my shit right now for this very thumbnail. Just dropped. No, I'm just kidding. Or am I? Very dope. The big sales pitch. Before Mortal Kombat could prove itself to players, the machines had to be sold to arcade operators. This promotional video for arcade trade shows sells the game's strengths, pointing out that the blood and fatalities could be disabled. Whoa, this is gonna be sick as fuck.
Fighting games have proven themselves to be strong collectors suitable for a wide range of locations. They embody the most attractive
The fucking
elements of the
pitch
arcade
video.
experience. Characters endowed with mythic powers, full player control, secret moves, and the kind of unbridled head-to-head competition that compels repeat buy-in. Now from Midway comes Mortal Kombat. It captures the most popular elements of the fighting game and adds more. More control, more powerful characters, more depth, more secret moves, and advanced digitized graphics delivering the most realistic fighting action available.
It's gonna be semi-weird but cool. I love that. We have
By choosing one of 7 characters, each boasting
I don't even know.
arsenal of
We'll call him what he's called right now, which is
There's Johnny Cage,
Annual Yan, I believe.
Hollywood movie star.
Annual Yam. But he's been Faniel Ban.
Mercenary.
He's been Daniel Tan. He's been Shaniel Ban. Every 60 days, same deal. It's very good.
Scorpion, a ninja warrior bent on revenge.
Fucking Night Trap was being banned for its content.
the
You're
ultimate
right.
Assassin. And Sonya, U.S. Special Forces soldier. Each player has 5 basic moves corresponding to the 5 action buttons. High punch. High kick. Low punch. Low kick. And a block. In addition to these moves,
I love those old school arcade interfaces that had the fucking controls written on them in front of
each
you.
new technique provides another competitive edge.
Spectacular.
For example, moving the joystick away from your opponent while pressing the low kick button will result in this sweep kick.
Fucking fighting system changes almost not at all. Like just after playing Deception last week
By then releasing the joystick and pressing low punch, you'll
and doing all the
administer a
tutorials.
devastating uppercut.
All still just directional inputs mixed with buttons for different outcomes.
Secret moves play a big part in the success of any fighting game. Collections soar as players strive to develop.
This fucking cutaway they keep going to, these two people playing. This guy's got the wide stance, bro.
Mortal Kombat has several times more secret moves than the nearest competitor. The button joystick combinations required to execute these moves are different for each character, as are the moves themselves. And each character's arsenal of secret moves offers unique tactical advantages. If you learn one of Sonya's secret moves, you'll be able to perform this devastating scissor throw. Learning to activate Raiden's secret weapon lets you fire lightning
God,
bolts at
that
your
dive.
opponents.
Raiden wins.
Victory is achieved by winning 2 out of 3 rounds. Players losing a match.
Dude, if I see this, I'm fucking buying day one. I want this in my arcade immediately. This would be the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Liu Kang wins.
Liu Kang's victory just fucking flexing where he goes.
Against paired adversaries will put you in the ring opposite Goro, a 4-armed, unstoppable titan, half human, half dragon.
So fucking imposing, dude.
Should Goro be subdued, you'll engage the most deceptive and powerful opponent of all, Shang Tsung, the bloodthirsty emperor capable of instantly becoming any fighter he chooses.
Sick.
Conquer Shang Tsung, and you will have joined unfrequented ranks. Those who have battled all adversaries.
Frequented
have
ranks.
survived.
I'm looking for new and unfrequented ranks.
Every 5 matches during both 1 and
A
2
classic.
games, you'll have a chance to test your strength and win bonus points by smashing progressively harder objects.
There's our guys.
Two-player
Get it,
mode
boys.
allows true head-to-head combat. Players must rely on their fighting abilities, as well as a knowledge of their character's strengths, as they are matched against an opponent with different, but equally lethal, abilities. Each player selects a character and the match begins. The player losing the best-of-3 match will have the option of buying in to continue. The winning player will continue to play as long as he maintains a string of victories. Loser pays, winner stays.
Loser pays, winner
From a
stays.
technical standpoint, operators will find
Look at
even
this
more
shit.
to like.
Coin bookkeeping in the menu
employs
system.
Midway's exclusive diagnostic package and a
Fuck
sensitive
yeah.
yet durable 8-way microswitch joystick. In addition, operators will want to be aware of a dip switch setting we've included, allowing them to temper the game to fit the requirements of a location.
That's insane.
By simply flipping a switch on the CPU board, you're able to remove any depictions of blood that would otherwise appear in the game.
A physical switch on the fucking motherboard.
Another dip switch will disable the most graphic secret moves. In this way, operators can be sure they're matching the game to the disposition of their clientele. Mortal Kombat is quite simply the most complete video fighting game available. It boasts the industry's most realistic graphics, digitized images of real martial arts experts, heroic characters more powerful than those found on any other fighting game, secret moves to learn and master, and fierce battles against titanic adversaries. All of these elements combine to make this game powerfully unique. The world's most advanced interactive fighting experience.
I'm sold, dude. Put it in my arcade right now. Put it in. I'll take 2 of them. Williams Electronic Games Inc. is so fucking funny. Midway comes out fighting. #1 coin-op company. Look at this shit. We got fucking contracts and documentations. Mortal Kombat version 1.0. Following several rapid internal prototypes, the earliest public version of Mortal Kombat began shipping in August of '92, finding its way into local arcades in the months that followed. Players learned moves through experimentation, making knowledge of secrets social currency. So cool. Oh my god, the fucking original ads, dude. Look at this. So real it hurts. Rated Kano fucking up these kids. Dude, Goro with the 4 arms holding the screenshots goes crazy. Mortal Kombat marquee originally backlit and displayed at the top of the cabinet. Yeah, fuck yeah. Oh, it's signed by fucking Boone and Tobias. The power of secrets.
Fighting games of that era.
Jeff Gerstmann hosted the Jeff Gerstmann Show.
Level of secrecy to them.
Chat, this right here, can we, I'm gonna show you this again. Every time you hear me on Drop In, Drop Out say that I'm gonna host a one-man pod and call it the Jeff Gerstmann Show, this is the joke that I'm making. Behold his lower third in the bottom left.
Fighting games of that era kind of all had this.
Just host a
level of
one-man video
secrecy
game
to them.
podcast.
Mortal Kombat, I think, took that
Big freaking
to
welcome in, homie.
a very
Goro was
extreme
half
level.
dragon, yeah. Insane.
Like the moves and how to figure out the codes.
Look at Cliffy B, dude. I'm sorry, his name's Cliff Blazinski now.
Any of the moves. So we took that same approach.
I think not having a move list, there was so much to explore and you had no idea of what you were still missing.
Feels unreal to see them again. Yeah, for sure. It is
mystique to the game.
We're aging ourselves,
Kinda extended,
without a doubt.
right, with the fatalities and whatnot. Especially at the end with the character Dizzy, there was a certain amount of, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it is nice.
You would see them trying to trigger something else. They knew that there was something secret in there.
The announcer's like, finish him! And you go up and go, boom. And you're like, damn it! I screwed up the fatality. It's like the worst feeling in the world.
And, everyone was playing as Kano because in the early days before people, knew what most of the moves were, Kano's moves were just, I don't know, move the joystick in a circle real fast and he'll turn into a ball and do it, or hit block and mash the buttons, I don't know.
First character I played was Kano,
Clippy B.
and I found the ball attack and the knife throw, and within the first day I found the fatality too.
Gaming's edgiest fucking edgelord for a few years running.
Finding stuff right away.
I remember being in your office, and I remember you.
The mastermind
showing me what
behind
the button
Bulletstorm.
combinations were. And then you have to be standing this far away from the other character. And I remember thinking to myself, there's no way anybody's going to figure this out. No one's ever going to do this. And literally, like the first weekend, they figured it out right away. Yeah.
The fatalities and special moves and things like those were things that you kind of had to trade around.
Because you'd hear people chattering like, oh, there's this move, and not having the internet at the time to go to. It made it very social.
If you knew something that wasn't, widespread knowledge, you could take that down to the arcade and pull it out on somebody and really blow some mind.
So a lot of hand watching. Where did you stand? The most premium spots are literally right behind it.
Very dope.
Right between two people or on the corners. Because those
It's
are the only
a
spots
better
where you're
cast
able to
than ever
see the
before in
screen
any of
and
these
people
Gold
saying at
Master
the same
collections
time.
of like
There
the
was so much
modern video
in
game
there.
journalists
And it
or
really requires a
game
fan
industry
base to come
personalities.
together and share, to work
A
together
lot of familiar
to play them
faces.
and solve them and uncover the secrets and all that stuff.
Spreading the arcade before the internet was wild.
I
It's
was
so
always
fucking
obsessed
cool.
with
That
those kinds of things.
environment
I was
is awesome.
Again, a big fan of Street Fighter, and there was this rumor that was not true that there was a character in there called Sheng Long.
Defeat Shenlong, yeah.
And I remember when we had started this game thinking, we have to have a real secret
That you show up with
character.
new
So
shit, for
it was
sure.
a Sunday, and Scorpion was yellow, Sub-Zero was blue, and I
Oh.
went into the art program and tinted him green.
The reptile
made up
secret.
These crazy rules in terms of how to find him, made him jump out occasionally and kind of tease you with his existence. Put it together in one day, didn't even tell John about it, and was just kind of wondering how many people are going to pick up on this.
Unfucking believable.
It became a bit of like a Bigfoot. Some people had sightings and some people didn't, because there was this one that was real and was rather difficult to find. It could give players a little bit of creative license to come up with something and say that they did see something else happening in the game.
That's so fucking smart. Like,
The
crazy
level of
Easter egg.
secrets that happened in those first few Mortal Kombat games kind of corresponds with the rise of the internet. And people started trading around like, hey, here's a list of, I think these are fatalities.
I remember going home to my dad's house, and he had internet. He had a CompuServe account. And I started just learning as much as I could. And I'm like, Dad, can I go back to the arcade? I want to try some of this stuff.
I made it my mission to test all that stuff out. And that became my calling. We need to investigate.
And I published my first FAQ, and it is the most inaccurate piece of junk that is available. It's like shameful, but it's where I started.
And then, all these urban legends about Ermac and all these other alleged characters that it's kind of like, how the kids used to say back in the day, the negative worlds in Mario Brothers and Mario could go skiing. It's that kind of like, the kid equivalent of water cooler conversations.
People would come up with lore, lies of I did this and that happened, and everybody's, and we just shut up.
A friend of mine in high school said he was cousins with someone who filmed for the game, and that there was a secret character that they had filmed. So I put it in my FAQ, and I trusted him and found out way later he was just messing with
yeah,
me.
Cheat Code
People
Central, Game Facts,
feeding in things
classics.
that they'd want to see in the game would kind of blend in with what was really there. Sometimes
Green
you'd
Blast.
see a move and then it was gone. You'd be like, I swear this was in there. Did that really happen? That, like, there was no way to capture it.
A friend of mine, his little brother was playing the game and told me about Kano's laser beam.
Yeah, that's
and I remember telling my friend's younger brother, there's no laser beam. He's like, no, I saw it. And
Yeah,
so I know
TCC is a fucking great
he's
throwback.
mistaken with what, I don't know what he saw, but he didn't see that. This mythology was being built by the player base. I think we understood that pretty early on, and Ed, more than anybody, I think really took advantage of that and kind of messed with the players with hiding stuff in the game.
Yeah, I remember
They're
somebody
spies. We're
found
boom.
one
They're
of
here
Sonya's moves,
together
and I foolishly
again.
changed it because I read it on a news group, thinking, yeah, I got the best of that.
And they did some devious things to keep a lot of those things secret. I think there was a revision of Mortal Kombat 2 where they just arbitrarily changed all the fatalities because everyone figured them out too fast. And it's maybe the most devious and mean thing they've ever done.
I remember thinking at that point, yeah, this internet thing has gotten, you can't beat it. You can't defeat it. It's just too powerful.
One of the fun things about going to an arcade was, a lot of people didn't have the internet just yet. So people would show up with their copy of their FAQ. Once I was there and I saw someone with my guide, like my FAQ, and I was like, oh, where'd you get that? He's like, oh, the guy who wrote it sold it to me. And I was like,
You can have their move list on screen now. I've heard about that. We're about to play our first version of the game.
We had a Mortal Kombat comic book that John drew, and we were the ones stuffing the envelopes, and we started writing messages to players. Sonya has a slide move, She didn't even have a
Dude,
slide
fucking
move.
propaganda.
Within a week, I was at, it was like Galen North or something arcade, and some guy was playing Sonya, just keep trying these things. And one of the guys said, what are you looking for? And he goes, I'm looking for Sonya's slide move, Poor guy was, looking for it, but we were just adding fuel to that fire.
Fucking
Most
trolling.
of those secrets went unknown to
Andrea
me until
Renee,
much
dude.
later in life when walkthroughs on YouTube became a thing, and I was like, whoa. I totally missed a lot of stuff in a lot of games.
So to us, secrets were basically replay value, and that was the most important thing for us. Having more to do with the game, having more to discover, more to enjoy.
We love the idea of, just this question mark over the game. What else is in there that nobody else has found? And it just made the game that much more mysterious, right?
So fucking cool. So fucking cool. Yellow and blue make green. When that random thought hit Ed Boon while grabbing fast food shortly after Mortal Kombat's release, he added a secret ninja enemy, Reptile, that combined the palettes of Scorpion and Sub-Zero, then waited for players and his co-workers to notice. Fatality is the key. There was like these cryptic hints. I remember it's something about like the pit level and something crossing the moon. I don't know if that is real knowledge or if that is like the propaganda back at work. Cryptic clues. While Reptile was added to the 3.0 revision in late August, players weren't offered clues on how to find him until the 4.0 chipset at the end of September. The Green Ninja would briefly appear randomly before matches, accompanied by cryptic message like "Perfection is the key" or "Look to La Luna." The moon. Finding Reptile. Players must meet very specific conditions in order to battle Reptile. In a one-player game, win 2 rounds on the pit without using block, finishing with a double flawless victory and their character's fatality. Additionally, a silhouette must fly across the moon at some point during the fight. Let's fucking go, dude. I got the sauce. Facing Reptile. If all those conditions are met, Reptile appears at the bottom of the pit, borrowing Scorpion's health bar. Reptile uses the moves of both Scorpion and Sub-Zero and moves at double speed. If players can defeat Reptile, they're granted 10 million points and normal play resumes. A contraction of error macus. error macros, the Ermax counter in the game's operator menu, helped Midway track bugs. However, its proximity to the line that tracked reptile encounters led a secret obsessed players to believe Ermac was a this is so funny, was another hidden character. Well, he would later become a real character. He was nothing but a rumor in the first Mortal Kombat. That's fucking insane. Look at, you see it down there? Shang Tsung's beaten, reptile appearances, reptile battle, Ermax, error macros. I didn't know that. We were trading info about the game with friends. One of my parents' friends when I was like 8 or 9 saw me playing Mortal Kombat 2 on Genesis. Did the title screen cheat code for the hidden menu. Yes. The pit was peak. It's one of the most iconic video game levels ever created. Hidden menu, yeah, for sure. That's some dope lore. That is incredibly dope lore. This is not Ermac. Ermac, is that you? No, because Ermac didn't exist. However, this red colored ninja was created during Mortal Kombat development as a palette swapping experiment. Very fucking sick. And chat, this is why this fucking game is so special. Behold, we've traveled through this timeline. We've looked at fucking concept art and notes and watched videos and promotional materials and zoomed in on pictures. And then in timeline order, we can just fucking click triangle here, Mortal Kombat version 4.0, the definitive version of Mortal Kombat on its original Y-Unit hardware, the same system that powered Smash TV and High Impact Football, started arriving in arcades in September of '92, about 6 or 7 weeks after the first public version. And just like that, we can jump in and play the original fucking Mortal Kombat. This is pure video game bliss. I am so glad that shit like this exists. I will buy every single Gold Master collection that is ever put out by Digital Eclipse for any fucking franchise, regardless of if I care about it or not existing. Because by the end of it, I'll care about it because there will be enough interesting shit that I've learned about it that will make it worth my fucking time. So fucking rad. Choose your fighter. We're going Sub-Zero all day.
Sub-Zero.
The battle plan. Endurance 1, 2, and 3. Mirror match listed there, but starting off with the classic Sub-Zero versus Scorpion. Let's see if your boy still got it. Oh, right off Jump Street, baby. Look at that. Look at that. Old habits die hard. You love to see it. You love to see it. I am your gamer. So sick. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for noticing. That was excellent, wasn't it? Hey. 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 Okay, dog. Oh, fuck me. Got his ass. Suck it. Please clap for me. Just leg sweep me or jump kick me to death for sure. Chat, if you ever fight me in a fighting game, just know that in 90% of the matches that start, I'm going to diagonally jump towards you and kick. That's just what I be doing. I am getting fucking devastated by the computer right now. Oh, fuck. Okay. My bad. We need to get some secret moves going. Liu Kang, he's too strong. Oh! Any finishers? Not me. Liu Kang's flex is fucking crazy, bro. Alright. We'll do... Man, it's crazy that it's only 7 characters. Strong cast though. Let's see if we can figure this one out. It's like forward back or back forward. It's not going great. This is why I wanted to buy it on PC so I wouldn't have to use this fucking dog shit DualSense
Scorpion wins.
D-pad, by the way. I have no idea. And it's the arcade version, so I can't... I don't know how to actually end this game. Like, there should be a way... There should be a way to, like, bring up a sub-menu. Does anybody know, or can someone Google how to, like, exit a game on Mortal Kombat? Hold select. I don't have select. I have the fucking share button. Oh, middle button. Got it for me. Ooh. There's no move list in this. Okay. Oh. Ooh. All right, let's see if that works. Yeah. All right, cool. Hold. Hold. What up? Fuck me.
Wins.
Got his ass. Got his ass. Good luck on getting a finisher. Yeah, it's gonna be impossible. Fuck me. No. No, not onto the bottom of the fucking pit. Screen options. Oh, okay. This is really fucking sick. Move list display input. Yeah. Rewind on. Quick EJB. Various settings to be changed. Got it. Base reptile on. That's very cool. You see this Stankonia with Outcast going on right now? No. What do you mean? Stankonia Outcast. International Underground. Oh. You mean you know what I'm talking about?
Sub-Zero.
Holy shit. Very fucking cool, man. Very cool. Fatality training. Does it just boot you right in here?
Sub-Zero. Liu Kang.
Combat zone, the pit. Oh! Let's fucking go!
Sub-Zero.
Dude, cool, welcome in.
Fatality.
You gotta get to the finish screen first. Impossible. Impossible, I fear.
Sub-Zero.
I'm simply not talented enough. Oh, the kiss, dude.
Sonya wins.
Fuck yeah.
Fatality.
Very good.
Raiden. Sub-Zero.
Oh, close.
Raiden wins. Fatality.
Hell yeah. All right. I think that's it for chapter 1. Mortal Mania is chapter 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 chapters and we are done the fucking first one. The Crypt Combatants. Oh my god. Okay, that's fucking spoilers. We're not going in there yet. This is unfucking believable. Favorite characters. That's funny. Man, oh man. What a fucking setup. Listen, that's going to do it. YouTube VOD watchers, like and subscribe because this is peak and we're going to do this 4 more times and they will all be broadcasted to you live on twitch.tv/JakeTwitchin and youtube.com/@JakeTwitchin. You love to fucking see it. Unbelievable time. Truly. Truly.